Hello everyone, it is Christy, and welcome to D&D with R&D, our Dungeon Master, who will be in charge of whatever chaos we get up to tonight. And as ever, we start off with the wrap up or the recap of what happened last time. And that's the job of Micro, so I'm handing it over to you.
Last time on the on last ditch efforts Underdark shenanigans to the force, we had a very bad not super productive interrogation convo.
I slit someone's throat.
Yeah, because we accidentally kind of sort of gave them Felix's name, so yeah, we had to. And then we had some we had the mob come by because they realized, oh, you've been attacked. So now there's some guards. That's nice. Also, the guy it's the woman person that actually split the throat off might be a zombie that might have turned them into a zombie. And now they're just sort of in the hotel. So hopefully we get back in 24 hours, or there's just gonna be the zombie running around.
Yeah.
And then we went to the auction, and there was a fight. There was a fight. Oh, and we learned what Godstream does when you make a shield out of it. It becomes Captain America's shield.
Pretty much.
So yeah, there was a battle. I would say we won. For the most part, it ended up with a chase out of the conference room auditorium thing, where Felix chased someone out and killed them, and then
Mordrons.
well, not the Modrons, the big metal guys.
There were some. There was
Mordrons.
Mordrons, yes.
Yes, but she was escorted out of the. Well, she was asked if she was Felix, and then she escorted someone out. She was like, "Yeah, I know them." Took them out the Rick
This way.
The thing I can't remember the name of. It starts with an M. That's
Marut, yes.
Yeah, the Marut outside of the city, and said, "Yeah, I'm Felix."
Got court ordered.
Yeah, we're being dragged into the court of time.
Yep.
We still have to get our court orders.
Yes, that's true. She's the only one who's been served so far.
Yeah.
Yep. But there were Modrons hanging around the auditorium and stuff.
To be fair, technically speaking, it's Claire that has been doing the messing with time.
I cannot wait for you to explain that to a judge.
Yeah. Don't throw her under a bus.
Yeah, have you seen Loki?
Nope.
Oh, well,
yeah,
okay. It doesn't work.
Loki?
That doesn't work.
No. I have not.
Nothing.
That argument won't
I
work.
have my Disney Plus. Just watch it.
That's true. I do technically just.
Yeah. Yeah, because I forgot to log out of it.
She was
so now you just have my Disney Plus.
Well, there you go. All right.
Just watch it,
maybe.
So with that said, you all find yourselves in the auditorium, the
all of us except
convention
Felix.
Space. Oh yeah, and Felix is not here. She is gone. So is
She's outside of the city.
She's outside of the city, so she has managed. So we're a little bit out of sync from each other at the moment because of the way that things went. The you all are still here, and Felix is dealing with the Marut. You have defeated the people who you were here to kill.
Is
the
that other robot still there?
It has powered down, so it's still there,
okay.
But it's not doing anything. It's just kind of chilling there. Tobe's body is still there. Other Claire has disappeared. Current Claire is still there. Preet, I think you're still invisible. I don't know for how long. And Horatio is still hanging around. So everyone's hanging around pretty well. The crowd has more or less thinned out. So especially a lot of the guests have taken off. They've all been escorted out. You've been while the fight was going on, there was a whole lot of commotion. There's a whole lot more people here than I can kind of fit onto the map. So imagine a whole lot of people in here. Guards start pouring in. So the guards are the orcs and dwarves in suits, come pouring into the theater, and they start to surround Preet and Horatio.
That's fair, I guess.
Yep, and Preet, specifically to you, they tell you to put down your weapon.
Oh, my spiritual weapon?
No, not Preet. I'm sorry. You. They can't see you. You're holding your sword, your short sword, I believe.
I'm the one who has a weapon.
Yes, because you were dead.
Etzli, yes, you're holding your short sword. So they surround Etzli and Horatio and ask you to put down your weapon in a not very nice tone, but.
While this is happening,
lower it, but she's not gonna put it down.
Okay, Preet.
We're gonna scan the crowd for Felix's mom.
You can do a perception with an 18.
Do I see her?
You don't. You don't see her in the crowd. You do notice that the crowd has mostly. I guess we can move her out of there because she's not there. You don't really see her. Like I said, you kind of notice that a lot of the guests, which are kind of nicely dressed, similar to you, have left. So a lot of the people that are still in the auditorium are mostly guards at this point, and a few, definitely the fanciest dressed people are the ones that are gone.
All right, she's got a play here. She's gonna get off of the stage and come back into the crowd, and then drop her concentration. So she sort of like pops in, but where the guards can't see, and then she's gonna go striding over, shouting, "Wall of force, hey! Don't need extra security, eh? What the hell was... If you had listened to me, was I not just asking about the security on the stage?" I'm just going to start yelling at the guards and trying to intimidate them. Because they already know. Yeah, I'm going to use my Karen powers to try to...
Yeah, you can roll an intimidation.
I'm not terrible.
Middle name Karen.
Oh, 9.
Okay. As you're sitting there yelling, one of the guards who you did speak to earlier about the security yells out, "That's the one. That's the one that was asking all those weird questions about security. Get her."
Great. I'm going to run.
You are immediately surrounded by guards. Are you going to resist as they try to grapple you?
I will make a scene. Wait. I will make a scene, and I will try to distract them because I know Etzli is pretty sneaky. So I will. Yes, I will try to cause a scene. Can I do a performance?
So what do you want me to do?
Like, try to sneak away. Use your fucking stealth. You're like a 30 stealth.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'll stealth.
Can I do a performance check?
You can do a performance, so you're not going to try to resist a grapple. You're going to get grappled.
No. I'm just going to be very dramatic about it.
You're going to be very dramatic about it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do a performance.
Okay, I got a 15.
Like a true Karen.
Yep.
Like a true Karen.
I want to see her manager.
Oh, hell yeah.
With a 15,
where's the manager at the airport?
You are throwing a fit. And it is, if people had... You know what? Not if people. There are a couple of the guests who have taken out what look like little orbs and are holding them in front of you. This will show up on social media later on.
And I will stealth.
You can do a stealth check. I mean, you are in, like, there's people watching you, so as
Not
you
anymore.
try... Well,
Not
I mean,
anymore.
people are right surrounding you, so I mean, you can try to duck out, but even with that, like, people are on you. Like, you try to duck out, and the orc next to you just grabs you by the arm and says no, unless you're gonna try to fight that grapple. You.
Preet's gonna start yelling. Yeah, sorry. You finish. I got excited.
Etzli's not gonna fight it. She's gonna be like, whatever.
By the way, what
We're the ones who saved your asses.
Preet is yelling about the fact that this auction has to lack security and it's so unsafe here, and it's completely ridiculous that they pretend like they know what's going on just so that people are going to be recording it. They're going to get their reputation trashed all over.
Did the reputation trashed? Okay.
That's just the Preet way of trashing people's
I believe there's been
reputation.
a terrible misunderstanding here. We were merely defending ourselves. That's we were not involved in this. I must stress that.
What's Claire doing in all this?
Claire is taking cue from you, and she's gonna try to she's gonna try to sneak off, but she's gonna try to be less sneaky, more casual.
Oh, look at me! I'm a diplomat. Ooh.
Don't look at me. No, she's not a diplomat.
Oh.
She's with you all.
Mm-hmm.
If they find out that she was here twice, so she's got to be real careful. But she's trying to be more nonchalant about the whole thing. So unlike Edsley, who's trying to hide her away, she's gonna do a little performance here and see if she can just be like, I'm not. Ooh, she rolled. No, that's a 13. Never mind. So she tries. You see her kind of like, not nonchalant, just like try to stride away without making eye contact. When two of the guards grab her by the arms, it's like, nope, we're staying. As you are presenting your argument, your case, Horatio, you see. Do I have a picture of you? I picked you forever ago, and I don't remember if I got a picture of you or not. Let's see. No. Oh, I do. You see a short dwarven woman with hey, my haircut.
Short for a dwarf, or just short?
No, just short because she's a dwarven woman.
Okay.
Yeah. Dwarven woman walk in between the guards, and everyone like immediately, you especially Etsy, since you have Etsy and Claire, since you have arms kind of holding you, you feel everybody tense up almost immediately when they see her. And while you are in mid-sentence, Horatio, she just says silence. And you see this lovely lady. Oh, don't glare too much. Miss Nita, wearing a rather nice black cocktail dress, not too dissimilar from Etsley's dress, and
so legs and boobies.
And she's as one of the guard who pointed out Preet goes up to her and says, "Ma'am, that's the one. That was the one that was asking all the security questions, and these are her friends." To which she's like, "Very well. We need to make sure that all of our guests are safe. Lock all three of them up." And then one of the guards points at Claire. All four of them up. We'll get to the bottom of this in no time.
We can get to the bottom of this right now.
Ma'am, I did not ask you anything. And
do I look like I care?
Make sure that one is gagged. And she turns around.
Oh, please, it's my kink. Please gag me.
As you so try to say those words, you have a pie shoved into your mouth. Again, are you gonna try to?
I'm gonna bat my eyelashes at the guard who does it.
Okay, you do. You now have a tie gag. There you go.
And then she's gonna look over at Claire and wiggle our eyebrows.
Ma'am, we really don't have time for this. Just look, it's very simple. We in no way, we were simply protecting ourselves. This is merely self-defense. I can assure you that.
As you are talking,
I just want them to try and gag me.
No, as you are talking, she turns around, and gives you the same thing. Did I ask you a question?
No, but I believe this is wasting everybody's time. If you would merely listen to me, time is really of the essence here.
For for all of you, as you're sitting there, she brings up a. What does she have? What do you have? She brings out. Horatio, you'll notice this right away. She brings out what looks like a wand. And the area immediately surrounding you becomes dead, like definitely, it becomes incredibly silent. You cannot hear your own voice. You cannot hear anything around you. And then she just walks away.
Behind the gag, Etsley's gonna be like, "What a cunt!" But it's more than likely gonna be like,
Nope. No, there's absolutely no sound. There's no sound coming out of.
Oh, she's still gonna do it.
Yeah, you can, but nobody hears anything that you say. You can't even hear like your clothes rustling or anything. It is silent all around you. Once Horatio, once you notice that once she leaves the theater part of the auditorium, that sound comes rushing back into your ears and you can hear again. And the guards are just like, all right, well, you can make this easy on yourselves or you can make this hard on yourselves, but we're gonna go back to the green rooms and that's where we're gonna stay. Got any problems with that?
As a matter of fact, I do, but I will go with you if that's what it takes to explain. It's
a very wise decision.
Preeta looks at him and says, "I don't talk to cops."
It's just gonna laugh behind her gag.
You are all escorted to this room back here. So all four of you are gonna squish on in there. You got some guards. Considering the situation, as you walk in, or as you get kind of shoved more, they're being nice, but not too nice to you all. Horatio, one of the orcs reaches over to your tag and rips it off of you, leaving you as a fish to still be able to do fishy things and talk and all that, but your body doesn't seem to want to move.
Oh. Great, nice. Well, it's just gonna look like a person who's just sitting there silently.
Yep.
And with a puppet that doesn't move and that still talks.
Yep, you can still talk and cast spells. Well, I mean, you can't, but you can still communicate.
I can cast spells that only have a verbal and material component, but anything that has somatic, I need Trevor to do.
Yep, so you're kind of limited, but everyone can hear you and understand you. You're not going to be like limited on talking. You're not out of the game yet. You're just stuck in here while you wait.
Am I bound and gagged?
No, just gagged. So as soon as you get in there, you can take the gag. They didn't bother to bound.
You're bound. You're bound and you're back and gowned.
Okay, she's gonna remove the gag from herself and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I would, Horatio, be reluctant to try to talk your way out of this. I think sometimes, you have two ears and one mouth for a reason, like we all do. Let's listen to what they have to say. I may have had a few run-ins with the law. In a misguided youth.
Mafia. This is the mafia.
Or like, well, yeah.
This is not the law.
They're effectively the law. They're just really bad law.
They're their own law. It's basically the same thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
I am the law.
Again, better reason to not try to talk your way out of it. Listen to what they offer us.
After saving their asses. And then after Esley says that, she's just gonna mumble grumpily in the corner.
Oh, I need to make sure that our product is safe. This is ridiculous. I want to be shown my goods because I'm worried that this was all an attempt to rob the auction, and this has all been a distraction. And while they're dicking around with us, there might be stuff that's missing. Do they know?
Of course they don't know. They didn't know about the other stuff.
Yeah, they're probably listening to us anyway. So
yeah, you're a bunch of dumbasses.
I don't think that's helping our case.
I don't think anything's gonna help our case right now.
Well, something has to. Well, I'm stuck here. I am. Trevor's out of commission for the moment.
Oh, good grief.
Let's sit in silence.
I knew this was gonna happen someday. I have had nightmares about this. Just trapped in my bowl.
Trapped in your bowl.
I don't know how I had nightmares. I don't speak, but
Claire, this is Claire. Claire being quiet.
Yeah, she's. You can see that she's thinking. She's just not saying anything, unless you got a question for her.
Be more like Claire.
Be more like Claire.
I can do both.
She does eventually kind of pipe up and say, you know, if they find out who we are, we're gonna be in a whole lot of trouble.
We're nobodies.
More trouble than we already are.
We're nobodies.
If they find out who we really are.
They kind of already know that.
Yeah, like I'm not.
They don't. We're all in disguise.
Yeah, no, but I kind of had to reveal who I am to get the tag because lying to them in that circumstance would have been a really bad idea.
Did you tell them your name?
Unless they assume there's two goldfish, sentient goldfish walking around, being carried around by skeletons out there.
Well, I don't think they. Sorry to burst your bubble, Horatio, but I don't think you're that famous.
I wasn't assuming that, but
mostly I'm concerned that if they find out that we lied about who we are, we're going to be in a whole lot. We deceived the blacksmiths.
How would they do that if they don't know who we are? Who we actually are?
I'm sorry. Who mined the God stream? Oh, that was us, right? And then who organized the blacksmith to have the stuff made? Oh yeah, that was us. Who acquired all of the equipment to get the guns together and make the guns? We did all of this. We are those people.
Okay.
This is just our new business.
Okay. What I think Claire is trying to say is that we need to keep our act up until we're out of this jam, and then we can make the Golden Watch just disappear for a while.
How are we gonna get out of this jam?
Why don't we be quiet and wait till somebody shows up?
That's your plan?
Well, I don't want to give.
I would suggest the more persuasive of the bunch here do the talking.
No problem.
the persuasive person is
Horatio.
I'm channeling my Karen problems or powers.
All the Karen
with my
powers.
Performance.
I can use my plus 14 persuasion and deception. So.
Well, yeah, there we go. You're 14. I'm 13.
Not only is she a 14, she's
that's
also
what I meant.
a minimum.
I meant for
10.
Horatio to be quiet.
Yeah. You guys have a better plan than waiting?
He does. Nope.
Well, I
Unless you
can't
want
do
me
anything,
to break us out.
What are the room that we're in? What is in the room?
I don't think this is the same green room you use. So there's, you can rummage around, and you're not going to really need an investigation because you've got plenty of time to just. You can't rummage around.
I'm saying the generic you.
Generic, you all can rummage around, and you don't need a roll for it because you got plenty of time. You're not going to get. No one's going to interrupt you or anything. Most of this stuff seems to be like costumes. There's a few costumes, obviously, like so many of the other, like you all, people are going to present and shit, so they got to look good. So there's costumes and makeup, but there's definitely no there's no goods or items here. There's
Mhm.
just you do find like a script on the floor that's for talking about the great virtues of the folding boat and how all of its many uses. To your modern eyes, it just seems like a as seen on TV commercial,
An
like
ad.
Mhm.
an ad
Infomercial.
Infomercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
yeah,
It
all of
slices,
its
it
benefits,
dices.
how to use it, and there's a story about how somebody once got stuck on an island, on a deserted island, and it saved them, and that kind of stuff. So there's a whole script about this, and
This ever
there's a little
happened to
sailor.
you?
There's a sailor costume kind of sitting there.
A bunch of side effects that are spoken really quickly and very softly, so you don't notice that it's there.
But yeah,
One of the side
it's
effects is
mostly
death.
yeah. It's a green room, so it's full of just costumes and makeup and stuff.
Okay.
Nothing. If you look around, you might find like a set of playing cards or something to keep you entertained. But
Okay. But nothing. No grating in the ceiling. No, I'm looking up.
no,
It's just a flat
just a
ceiling.
good old fashioned room, 4 walls. No, not even a window. There's a fancy little light. Seems to be like a gas powered light
Okay. All right.
in the
Well,
room.
Powered, huh?
Preet's gonna start trying on different costumes.
Mm-hmm. Preet in the middle of the room just drops all of her coat, clothes,
Yeah.
down to her underwear. It's just like, we got some time to kill.
Yeah.
Esley's gonna clap. Like,
Yeah, shake her tushy a bit.
This was the wrong time for Trevor's forehead to start itching.
Trevor's super itchy. Oh no. All right. So you don't spend too much time here. You get to try on like one outfit before there is a knock on the door. And
I'll go sit at the makeup table and start freshening up my makeup.
yeah, freshen up your makeup. At which point, one of the guards says, "The boss is ready to see you now." And he goes over, puts your tag back on Trevor.
Yes.
And finally itch that one spot that's been itching for like 20 minutes. You can move again, and he does say, no funny business on the way there, or things might have to get a little rough.
All right, so yes, Preet's gonna take a while. She's gonna be like the last person to leave the room because she's applying her lipstick, a very red lipstick, and then says, "Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up." Sorry, and then swishes her away.
Swishes your way. You all get escorted to this fun room in the corner. There are enough seats for you all to kind of squish in. I didn't make a token for Miss Nita.
We're not gonna fight her.
Yeah, you're not gonna fight her. I didn't think you would, so I didn't make a token. She's here waiting for you all. And along with her seems to be a gnome wearing robes. Since you were kind of asking about the Wall of Force, you probably saw that this is one of the wizards that they kind of employ to, to do things.
All right.
She goes over to the middle of the room, kind of. Horatio, you probably actually do an Arcana real quick.
Okay.
Horatio.
28.
Okay, you know exactly what's going on. You see her go to the middle and pretty much disable a rune in this room. Yeah, and then right after disabling it, she speaks an incantation that fills the room. You feel you haven't really been able. It's to all of you. You can feel it because you haven't felt magic in a while, being in all these anti-magic fields and whatnot. So you can feel the magic go through you, and you find yourselves well, I'll explain. Nita will explain it to you and says, "My dear friend here has just cast a zone of truth. I strongly suggest that none of you try to fight it, or we will know, and then we will have trouble, and then we will have a chat about what just occurred here." So it is a charisma save, and if you want to try to pass it, you can. But Horatio, you would know. I'm not sure if anyone else would know this. Maybe Preet, but Horatio, you would know that Stone of Truth, if you pass the charisma check, the wizard would know.
Actually would know as well, because we use Zone of Truth all the way back at some point from a box. So she might know as well.
I don't think she would know how the spell works, because that was yeah. So you who knows how to use spells would know. The rest of you, I'm not entirely sure if you would know that this is how the spell works, but Horatio, you know that if you pass it, the wizard who cast it knows that you passed it.
So that means, is it a choice to resist it?
I'm giving you that choice right now.
But even if you do, and you managed to lie, they will know that you've lied. They just won't know what the truth is.
Yeah, she'll willingly fail the save. Preet will. Philomena. Philomora, sorry.
I mean, let's find out what they
Let's figure out the questions first.
Yeah.
Because there's a way of telling the truth, but not the whole truth.
Well, I think you have to.
So Preet just outright just says, "Okay, cool." The rest of you want to wait?
Yeah,
No, I will. I'll have Trevor nod.
You'll have Trevor, but you're not gonna fail the save.
Oh no, I'm gonna fail the save.
Okay, so Preet and Horatio are willing to fail the save.
I have no chance of this succeeding anyways. My charisma's terrible. Well, my charisma's 10, so
your charisma save is terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome, Chrissy.
What's the number I'd have to pass? Hello.
You don't know.
Esley wouldn't know.
Okay. Well, Esley's gonna willingly fail it. Whatever.
Okay.
We're being held hostage by the mob.
And we're currently in a zone of truth.
I'll let her get here when she gets here. You're good, Chrissy, because you're outside the city anyway.
Yeah, Esley will willingly fail it, but she's not going to say anything.
Okay, so all of you willingly fail it. The wizard turns and looks at Nita and just nods her head and says, "Very smart choice, all of you. Look at how smart you all are." Very well. Let's start with introductions. My name is Nita. I am how should I put it, the boss of this lovely organization we have here, the one that you so rudely interrupted my absolute favorite event. But we will get to the bottom as to why you decided to rudely interrupt my event here in a second. So let's go around, get some names here. And kind of points at Horatio first.
Very well. I am Horatio von Bubbleton the Third.
Interesting. Points to Esley next.
Esley's gonna sigh and say, "I'm Esley."
Esley, huh? Very interesting. Reaches her hand out to you, Preet. Here.
Preet doesn't take it. She just stares. Actually, she crosses her
arms.
arms.
Just kind of points at you. She's just like,
okay,
your turn.
Preet just crosses her arms in front of her body and then crosses her legs and cocks her head. Doesn't say anything.
Oh, I see. We're gonna be stubborn. And finally points at Claire, to which Claire takes a deep sigh and says, "Claire, diplomat from the Kingdom of Leonis." Oh, we have politicians in our midst. How interesting.
No, diplomat. That's not the same.
Everything you say is in character.
Everything you say is going to be in character. You keep talking. Everything you say is going to be in character.
Diplomat and politician is technically two different professions.
What Esley's definitely going to say this. We also have a smart ass in the room, and she's going to like point her thumb towards Horatio.
Oh, see, we're off. We're already making friends, doing jabs at each other. Oh, this is
No,
great.
I'm not your
Like
friend.
we are, we'll be friends soon enough. Don't you worry. I'm not. I just want to find out why you decided to ruin my event. So, which one of you wants to start that explanation?
We didn't.
That's true.
Well, technically speaking, we did.
No,
We just
no, we didn't.
No.
We acted in self-defense.
against the people who actually interrupted it.
That's true.
Who two of them are dead right now.
That is also true.
We found one of the bodies. We have everyone else. We're looking for the other one. I'm sure we'll find it soon. Your friend was in quite the hurry to get out of here. Never seen anybody move that fast before.
Well, I am sure she just did not want him to get away.
Well, I'm sure we will find them. But enough bickering about definitions. Tell me why did you decide to start a fight at my favorite event?
We didn't start the fight. They started the fight.
The question is malformed.
So, two of you seem to be wanting to corroborate.
People who are living.
Yeah, two of you seem to be wanting to cooperate pretty well. One of you still maybe needs a little bit more time. Looking at Etzley and Horatio, would you all like a drink? Tea, wine, coffee? We brought some good stuff from the Underdark.
We want our products. We want to make sure they haven't been stolen in this attack.
Oh, I know you're kind. Unnecessarily dramatic. Let's see. Well,
I honestly don't know if this is
can,
an elaborate ruse to rob us.
He looks over at one of the guards on the door and says, Jim, go get their product. I believe they brought a shield, a gun, some ammunition, I believe some armor. Oh, you are wearing that, so definitely not that.
Yep.
And they think
wooden target.
A wooden target, yes. Could you go make sure that those are safe and bring them right in? Jim leaves the room and closes the door behind him.
He's gonna be carrying the giant target back.
So, one last time before I grow rather impatient, why did you decide to interrupt my favorite event?
Again, we did not.
We did answer you. It's
Yes.
because an attack happened. So we attacked in turn, protecting the people in this building.
And who do you think would be foolish enough to attack my event?
Were you there at this event?
What are they called again? R&D, what are they called again?
The Ironclad.
Ironclad.
Oh, Etzley's going to respond with that. She's going to say the Ironclad.
You see her pause for a second and says, the Ironclad. They tried to attack my event.
Yes.
Well, how interesting. And you say you were just defending yourselves.
Well, if
Yes.
someone would have had the wall of force I was promised, it wouldn't have been necessary, but because your security failed and Preet will glare at the wizard in the room. who would cast this zone of truth. If you had hired professionals, then this wouldn't have happened, and I wouldn't be here right now being inconvenienced.
No, I'm sure there's a good. I'm sure there's a.
Gonna rub her temples
Man,
while listening to this.
That is unfair that is unfair to
I
my
was
profession.
I was assured of a wall of force that would be going up immediately at the start of the auction, and that was not true. And as a consequence, we
Now
were
Exley's
forced.
gonna rub the bridge of her nose, just like, oh my goodness.
We were forced to react in order to save our own lives, and probably saved a
Look,
lot
it
of
was
other people's as
obviously
well.
disabled in some way.
well, I have one more question for you all. Why do the Sisters of Steel want to get rid of both of you all?
Sisters of
Priest
Steel.
blank.
I am afraid that we are not familiar with that name.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised you were so sloppy, leaving a dead body on a roof. Really just not very professional. But we did find it after the attack on your hotel. I do remember that I sent extra security to protect you after that incident.
And we
I don't
appreciate
believe and she looks over at the wizard who's still standing there. I don't believe they were harmed during the time that my security was there, were they? The wizard just shakes her head. No. Yeah, I didn't think so. Huh. Interesting. But you were attacked that night, left a body up on the roof, which we have identified as a member of the Sisters of Steel. So what did they want with you?
Oh, well, they were contracted.
Contracted? Oh, then why would...
By the Iron Cloud.
By the Iron Cloud? Well, aren't you the popular ones? The Iron Cloud wants you dead. Wow.
Not doing a good job so far, though, are they?
Apparently not. But I do believe... I will say I believe you're probably in a good amount of trouble. And, well, I will thank you for your service and protecting my event, looking at Exley and Horatio. And then looking over to Claire, I believe that... I will have a nice favor from the Kingdom of Leonis after this. Claire kind of looks away but nods her head. Very well. This will be a good transaction. Jim will have your stuff out in the hallway. Exley and Horatio, she goes over to you and with a big smile, just. You feel the zone of truth kind of like dissipate. You no longer feel that magic around you. And she says, "Thank you very much for your service. I will make sure that you two get paid handsomely for it."
Why, thank you. It's...
But I will ask that you never participate in my event ever again. While I do appreciate all the goods that you brought, the rudeness that I have been forced to experience during this interaction is not making me particularly willing to invite you in the future.
Honestly, given the lousy security in this place, I wouldn't come back.
Exley's gonna facepalm.
Not to mention the fact that we were accused unfairly before even having an opportunity to give our side of the story.
I'm gonna make Trevor reach his hand out and just put it over her mouth.
It pushes away. Yeah. I'm out.
The store here on the side opens up and you see Jim on the other side, a big wooden slab leaned up against the wall and a small crate with your items. She says, just follow the hallway out the door and you should find the exit.
Excellent. Thank you.
1-star Yelp review.
Exley's just gonna nod at her, and then get up.
Preet's gonna flounce out. Let the other ones carry the stuff because she's still.
As you walk down the hallway, before you can kind of make it to the end, you do hear Nita say one more thing. Oh, Exley, if you don't mind one more moment.
Silly will pause and just go back and say yes.
My guards here have informed me that you took the liberty of getting Uncle Rufus's books. I strongly suggest you never do that again in my city.
Of course. And then she's just gonna give a sharp bow and then walk off.
So
And as she's walking away, she's gonna smirk.
with her Verdun limited telepathic insight, as they're flouncing out, Preet's gonna wink at Horatio and Etsley and think to them, good cop, bad cop, made money.
Esley's gonna laugh.
What did we get?
Yeah, what money did we get?
You'll get it eventually. Yeah, you didn't get anything right now. Besides, you're not dead. Get your freedom.
Yay!
Half of me is already, more than half of me is already dead.
It's already dead.
Yeah, I
as
just
you
hope
step
she
out-
pays you guys twice as much to spite me.
I'm a
I don't think
I'm a
you're
Fist of
getting
the
paid.
North Star character.
I'm not gonna tell you you're not getting paid, Preet. You're getting zero gold out of this.
No, but by being an asshole, she was gonna show off by paying the other two
Yeah.
more to make me jealous,
More.
which means the party overall makes more money.
Mm-hmm. So, as you step outside of the auditorium, you do notice, hey, there's those monodrones hanging around, like a lot of them. Most people just seem to ignore them, or like almost as if they don't even notice that they're there. But they seem to be looking around the crowd and the area around here, like as if they're looking for something.
Ooh, I'm glad I'm wearing a
I'm
different set
gonna
of
ignore
clothes.
them.
And I changed my makeup and stuff in the room. So
Well, let's go find let's go meet up with the others and then go see if we can locate Felix.
yeah, let's avoid these on the way back. Let's take the long way around if we have to.
I'm gonna take you all to the city. There you go. Suck.
Yeah. So our companions are up here. So we
Yeah.
let's go
So you guys
meet up
are
with
out
them.
here somewhere.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
suggest we go meet up
Our
with them,
interns.
and then interns and they're also all our constructs and things and
Yeah,
familiars.
everything's over there.
And then we will go back, and then we'll go look for Felix. That's what
Okay.
I suggest. If
As
everyone does it up for that.
yeah, so one of you can do a perception check. It's really just to see how long it takes you to find your.
Yeah, I can do one.
Like you'll find them. This is how long it's going to take you. Oh, perfect.
Find them
Mostly
immediately.
you find them not because you spot them. You don't spot Tiao. I mean, it's like two there's so they're kind of short, and there's a lot of orcs hanging around. So you don't spot them as much as you see a towering creature out in the middle of the crowd. Two of them, in fact. Each of them holding a piece of paper, leaning down to hand it to somebody, and then
Oh, no.
disappearing. Once the creatures are gone, you finally and you look at them. You see that that they were handing something over to Bruno and Tiaho.
Fuck. We're made.
Are the constructs and
They're
the
Modrons, right?
no, but our constructs, are they still there? Like our
Yeah, the constructs are there. No, but nothing's.
and Rosie
Yeah, Rosie and Chomper are both still there. Then they seem
And,
unaffected by
Buttercup.
whatever's going on.
well, that's hopefully they can come with when we WP. You don't want them to stand here.
Are you gonna go up to your interns?
Well, they're not there anymore.
No, your interns are there. The creatures disappeared. Your interns
I
are
thought the interns disappeared with them.
No, nope. The creatures disappeared.
no,
Your interns are
that's
standing
fine.
there holding pieces of paper.
Let's run
I
up to them and
Want to
find out
do
what the
a
first one
insight to see if I can understand their reactions when they look at the piece of paper.
Sure. Whoa, come on, get back to that page. 21. Out of 21, they look shocked and confused.
This can't be good. All right. Can we signal them up? Oh, is everybody gone except for
it's everybody gone except for you and Chrissy.
Chrissy's not there
We
yet.
can go over to Chrissy for a second.
Yeah,
because
let's do that.
Chrissy's like out of sync for a bit. So
Yep. We'll do that.
So I'm just sort of sitting by the abyss, just sitting,
yeah.
going, I'm tired.
Yeah. The creature that handed you the piece of paper, after it hands it to you, like slowly from the bottom up just disintegrates and disappears.
Can I read the paper?
Yeah, you can read the paper.
What does it look like?
It's very plain. It's got a line on the top of it that says Court of Time. And then below it, it has your name on it. So it says Felix. Summons to appear at court for the following crimes. It says being out of sync with the timeline by 5 years, 4 months, 2 weeks, and willfully changing predetermined events. And that's all it says.
That's all. It doesn't say where to go, how to.
It doesn't say where or when or anything else. Just you've been summoned to court.
Oh, that's very helpful.
I better go find out if my mother's all right. So that's where I'm going now. I sort of just get up and wander back into the city.
Immediately, so when you make it through security seems to be a little busy at the moment, and don't seem to really care too much about you coming in. Like they see you when they mostly recognize you at this point because we've been in and out several times over the last month or so. So they're like, whatever, it's that gnome lady who comes by all the time. And they just kind of wave you by and say, come on, hurry up, we got so much to deal with. I don't have time for you. Get in. In the city itself, there's a nice big old crowd right around here, right around the first intersection you see there, as people are trying to take a look at what's going on in the convention center, the theater. People are trying to get a look. So there's just a lot of onlookers, and
I'm gonna take a wide loop away from that whole area. I'm gonna try to get over to the place where my mother usually is. I think that's here.
You're gonna
Here.
Spoon. Yeah,
Spoon.
the spoon. I think it's got a full name, the Shattered Spoon. Broken
Ooh.
spoon. Broken spoon. I forgot what I called it.
I think it's broken. You don't really
Broken
shatter
spoon.
spoons.
Yeah, the Broken Spoon. Are you gonna head over to the Broken Spoon?
Mhm.
Yeah, so it gets, you kind of end up in this like area where people are rushing, like you're going up against the crowd. The crowd is rushing towards you, and you're going the opposite direction as they are. So you have to kind of fight your way through a lot of it. Eventually, you get to a part that doesn't seem to be effective with whatever is going on. They're still partying on. It's still spring break and sock, so bars are still open. Musicians are out playing. People are out drunk on the street and whatnots. So it takes you a little bit, about 20-ish minutes to make it through the crowd and everything, to make it all the way to the Broken Spoon. When you get there, there's nobody, like that. Everything seems to be shut down. The lights are off, kind of how you remember leaving it when you left it 4 months ago.
Mm.
I'm gonna go in.
Okay. You still, yeah, at some point you were given a key because you shut this place down, so you have a key to it because you're kind of the manager. Kind of the manager of this little Broken Spoon. Yeah, you go on in. It's eerily familiar. Like you haven't been here in 4 months, but you remember it like it was yesterday or today.
You remember it like it was an hour ago.
Like it was an hour ago.
What's the point of it? What does that even mean at this point?
Yeah. You do kind of when you get in here, you start to feel a little dizzy and kind of headachy as you get in here. Your mind feels a little fuzzy, and this looks really familiar, but you're also kind of having these overlapping memories about this place. So you remember conversations you had with your mom. You remember one conversation where she's just like, I'm just here for business. And then a separate conversation that seems to happen at the same time where she's like, there's some uppity like new kids in town who are trying to sell some garbage. So your memories just seem a little jumbled up and kind of gives you a slight headache about it.
Is anyone here?
No, it's still dark and empty, just like you left it.
Like, is there dust? Does it just look like it's been abandoned for 4 months, or?
No, it looks perfectly clean. Like it was just closed. It just closed down for the night.
For 4 months.
Yeah, no,
I'll go up to where my mother usually slept.
Mm-hmm.
Knock on the door.
As you go up there, you do notice that the doors to the other rooms have been left open. And there's as if somebody had left in a rush out of this building not too long ago. I think you can figure out who that was. It was you all. You knock on the door and there's no answer.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try to head back towards the place we are, but before I'm just gonna like put my cloak on. I'm gonna like dirty myself up a little. I'm not full on trying to. Actually, I'm gonna probably put on disguise self and look like somebody else, just a different gnome.
Okay, it's a different gnome. Sounds good. Because yeah, you don't have any of your stuff. All your stuff is in your hotel room.
So I'm just gonna wander around looking for the other group, and I'll figure I'll head back towards the theater or whatever it was.
Okay, so Felix is wandering towards the theater group. You just saw a couple of really big constructs hand papers to your interns.
And they looked really shocked, and all the color ran out of their face.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
are they still being watched?
No. You actually notice that around here there are less monodrones than.
Okay, well, let's grab them and
places.
hustle them into an alley on our way back to the room.
Which way are you gonna take back to your? I'm guessing back to your hotel.
Where's our hotel again?
Your hotel in this building is going
It's
to
like
be
this one. Is it this
nope,
one?
this one. Yep, you got the top floor of that one.
Okay. Well.
And you are back here somewhere with their interns.
Well, let's take the smallest street. So like here, and then like not this square thing,
Yeah.
but like walk through here,
Mm-hmm.
probably through here, and then
Yeah, where we're through the orange light, not
Through
the
the
yellow
orange
light.
basically, yeah.
Through the orange light, not the yellow light.
Go here. This way.
I don't know. You all pick.
I figure we go through all the small streets, like in through the middle of the city. Probably,
Avoid crowds.
yeah.
Yeah, and then come down like through here. Yeah,
Yeah.
come in.
Okay. Sounds good. As you
And keep an eye out for Felix on the way there.
Yeah.
So as you walk up to your interns, Tiaho and Brutal look at you all and says, we need to appear in court, and they each hand you over to look at these 2 notes, each of them with their full names on it, and each of them saying that they are being summoned by the Court of Time for being out of sync for 4 months and willfully changing predetermined events.
Predetermined. How can we change them? That makes no sense.
Let's get back to the room. where we can
Yes,
sit down and think
that's-
about this over a drink.
We need to find.
Yeah, and then
we
we
need to
can
find.
talk
And we need to
properly.
find Felix.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Actually, since you probably know Claire better than anyone else, she looks absolutely mortified.
Uh-oh.
Let me think for a sec. Exley's gonna like sneakily take her hand and give it a squeeze, like it'll be okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
cute. Okay.
Like give
So-
her a reassuring smile.
Reassuring smile. Okay. As you head, so she follows, still holding your hand. She doesn't let go of it as you
Aw.
walk down the street. When you get to this section, you notice that there's a giant crowd just hanging around here.
Where again? Can you ping it? Sorry.
Right in this corner. They seem to be being held off by more of those orcs and dwarves in suits, but there's a crowd out there wanting to take a look at what's going on over here.
So weren't we going over
I
this
think we
way?
know where Felix went. Yeah, let's just make our way through the crowd and
Yeah. The guards, the orcs in suits see you, and they kind of whisper to each other and let you pass. The crowd just is bunching up against you. They really want to talk. A few of them kind of want to ask you questions, like, "Hey, what's going on? Like, did you see what happened?"
Lack of
Eslee's
security.
just gonna keep an ear out. Is gonna keep an ear out to listen to the gossip and see what's going on.
Preet's gonna say a lack of security. That was the problem. Anyone who
Grace is
asks
still
her.
like going over one of the pieces of paper, like the court order thing. So like,
She's gonna be talking to
Reading
people how
it
like
over and
she
over
was
again.
promised that there was a wall of force, but that security was crap and it failed, and people were using magic freely. It was the most ridiculous thing she'd ever seen, and that's what happened. And she's gonna basically
Okay.
spread that rumor.
Spread that rumor around. Horatio, one of the neat things about this paper that you notice almost immediately is that it can be dunked into your fishbowl without appearing to affect it in any way.
Magic paper.
You know, as you sit there and like you try to rub it and tear, like it doesn't tear, it doesn't seem to break, it doesn't very solidly built, the water doesn't affect it. Eventually you get brave enough to try to write on it and your ink just doesn't stick to it. It just seems to be permanently stuck in with those words on it.
State.
well, if these don't disappear, we should keep them and use them as a form of armor. If they're unterrible, then a knife
Yes.
wouldn't be able to stick through it.
Yep, that's one thing you can do with it.
I mean,
You got two of them, and put them on vital organs and hope for the best. You can paper mache yourself an armor.
It would
of
be armor that
indestructible
literally cannot be penetrated,
paper.
and it would be incredibly light because it's
It would
paper.
be.
oh my gosh.
I think forces still go through it though, so kind of how
It doesn't
like
protect you from
bulletproof
poisons.
vests like still exist, but that
It
doesn't
will-
mean that they don't hurt like hell when you get shot.
It will protect you from piercing damage and slashing damage, but not bludgeoning.
Not bludgeoning. So you got yourself magic paper for now. So the
For now.
yeah, you eventually you're heading towards the hotel. Somebody can do a perception, see if you spot.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
I'll have a look too.
Yeah, no. Also, Felix changed the way she looks. So
Well,
Yeah.
Can I
let's see. Let's see if she spots
yeah,
us.
you
if
can do
I
a
spot
perception
them.
check to see if you spot them as you walk around.
Or hear us spreading rumors. Or me anyway, complaining, parroting my way through the crowd.
was out of luck points, so
Oh,
whatever I
23.
say.
That's pretty good. That's great. Yeah, you're all out of luck points, but 23 is good enough. You don't see as much as you hear very loud complaining coming around. And eventually you can spot Preet dressed as Philomora, telling just about anybody who is willing to give her the time of day all about how the blacksmiths promised a wall of force and their security sucks and just there was supposed to be spell protection and it's just a joke. I don't even know why they listen to them. 1 star out of 5 on their review.
If anyone was worried about Estley making enemies for us, I don't think we need to worry about that at all.
They already did.
Hey,
They paying you. I don't know if you did. They're paying you.
Yeah, they're paying me. So at the end of the day, I stole shit but got paid for it. So
Yeah. So yeah, you spot them. Kind of. I'm gonna go with around here. You just spot them, hear them.
So I'm gonna go over to them and I'm gonna be like, guys, were you at that thing? I saw a little gnome girl running out with a gorgeous shield. She just cut down this giant warforged. It was amazing.
Is she still holding the shield she's talking about?
You probably, because I feel like you could put it anywhere.
But
Creed
I'm
will just smile at her.
Self, so I'm gonna disguise self. It's all part
Okay,
of the
so she's got like a crappy, rusty looking shield.
Okay. And then we ask her, what did you see which way she went?
Yeah, she ran out of the city, but she said she was gonna go to the hotel later. Can I go?
What?
This is a complete stranger has walked up to you
No.
Wait,
and said this.
did you talk to her?
in that case, Estley's just gonna ignore her.
Yeah, Horatio, Aid won't.
Why would she tell her plans? Seems very strange.
I'm one of those people
I
that
think someone should insight.
Preet's getting out there, yeah.
Everybody always talks to me. Look at you
Claire,
guys.
as you're trying to walk away, Claire kind of stops you, Etsley, and because she's still holding your hand. She doesn't let go yet.
Well, yeah.
She's still holding your hand, kind of stops you and says, kind of whispers into your ear and says, I think that's Felix.
Estley's gonna laugh and say, and then whisper back, "Oh yeah, only Felix would suck her own dick that hard."
Felix, you hear none of this.
Oh, I
And Estley hopes that makes Claire laugh a little bit.
thank you for the information, but no, you.
Of course, you can come along.
No.
What?
What are you inviting this?
Hey, Edsley, we can't be best friends.
Oh, of course, we can be best friends.
How do you know her name?
Yeah, that's
You know what?
all right.
You know
the
what?
light went off for
You know
Preet.
what? You can be.
Okay.
You can be the leader of our group, and I can be the number 2.
All right, that sounds fine.
Have you all collectively lost your mind?
Let's just go back to the hotel, Horatio. We'll sort it out there. Come on,
Horatio,
come on.
just shush.
Hey, I got the summons to appear in time court. It was weird.
Oh, so
so
did
did
the
the interns,
interns.
so-
Yeah, Yahoo and
Wait,
Bruno
what?
show you theirs.
And it
You guys
finally
didn't get one?
Inside.
And it finally
Yeah,
clicked
we haven't
for
gotten one.
Horatio, too, when she says that.
I'm just assuming Horatio is just going to be continuously confused.
No, he
Until
did
the
click for
sky
him
is
when
dropped.
she mentioned the
The time.
But seriously, has anyone seen my mother?
I looked for her after things kind of calmed down in the theater, but I couldn't find her. I didn't get a glimpse of her anywhere. It had pretty much emptied out by that point. But I did look.
I would have went out to search for her, but then we got ushered away by the blacksmiths to get interrogated.
Wrongful
Were they
imprisonment.
mad? Yeah, that sounds like them.
Well,
We're getting paid.
those two got paid because we did a little bit of like
Well, we're getting paid.
sugar and spice, and I was the spice.
Mm.
As you keep walking and approach your hotel, you see 4 more of those big tall creatures hanging around the hotel room, scanning around.
All right,
You
so
might as well just go get your summons. It's
Yeah, Esley's gonna look back at Claire to see if she's just gonna continue holding her hand and then just walk towards the giant things.
Same here.
Yeah,
All right, well,
these
wait,
things are
but 'cause-
fairly big. Yeah, go ahead.
oh, sorry, was Preet watches them go. She's gonna go, call me Mint Jelly because I'm on the lamb, and pretend to run away. But then, Mint Jelly lamb being on the lamb, it's a
Oh
good
my
joke.
gosh, that's great.
I have no
That's a
idea
Grandpa
what's going on.
Simpson. That's a Grandpa
Christy.
Simpson joke.
Christy, have I told you that you're awesome?
Now she'll walk over to get her summons too.
Yeah.
I'd much rather have
You-
chicken.
Because
There
I'm
you
on
go.
the lamb. Oh my gosh, I love that so much.
So bad.
That sounds like something that would have been written down by Lemony Snicket.
It's true. As you approach the creatures, Etzley and Claire, you approach 2 of them, and they kind of look at you, and you introduce like, I'm Etzley, I'm Claire, and they're like, they point you to the other 2. They're like, we're not here for you. They're here for you. So you
Hey,
end up
ask
having this.
them how we know where to go. They didn't. That doesn't say it on the summons.
Oh yeah. Well, can these things even talk?
They asked.
Yeah.
I mean, well, they as you approach them,
They
they ask
pointed me
you
and
like,
Claire in the
is
right
your name
direction.
Horatio Bubbleton III?
Yeah, indeed. Yes.
Yep. And once you give them the name, they hand you a piece of paper and says you have been served.
Where would I go?
I wonder if they
for this
use my
call?
nickname.
You are being summoned. You will be summoned.
I thought this
and-
was summoning.
They don't answer you again as they slowly start to disintegrate.
Yeah, I had a
But that was
feeling they were
very
gonna do that.
unhelpful.
Really obnoxious.
Yeah. So all of you get a piece of paper with your names on it, and slightly different dates for all of you because all of you are slightly off from each other. Etzley, yours is 4 months and 4 weeks out of sync. Preet's, yours is just 4 months out of sync. Etzley, you noticed that Claire's has 305 years out of sync.
Nice.
Horatio, yours says Horatio von Bumbleton III / Warden the Demise. 4 months out of sync.
Ooh, slash.
Oh,
Does mine have my title on it?
Nope. Just
that
your
wasn't
name.
my title. That's Trevor's. I'm assuming that's Trevor's actual name.
That's a pretty good
Oh.
assumption.
Which I didn't know.
Oh.
Now you do. So
Because-
Warden
Now
the
you know his real name.
Demise.
I'm gonna write that. How do you spell that?
WRODAN.
Hold on. W.
RODAN.
E.
The Demise.
A. Like
And it
just straight
doesn't
up.
seem fair, that they'd want the zombie to go to court. It's not
Yeah.
his fault.
He's a skeleton, not a zombie.
Still not his fault.
Like the demise, like straight up just like the
Demise.
Demise.
It's a very
Which makes
very
sense.
weird name. No, he wasn't a necromancer. I was a necromancer.
Claire, you're into this whole time thing and Chronos, right?
More or less.
So, time court. Elaborate.
I've never been to it.
Well, you know about it though. You must have heard of it and cases and punishments and reprieves.
No. This is the first I know that the Monodrones and Primus keep a check on order. I'm sure that this has something to do with him. and he's unhappy with what has happened. I'm knowing him. There's a whole lot of bureaucracy between his decision making. I don't think he makes his decisions on a whim.
But clearly, if what's happened has happened, then it was meant to happen because it happened. So we can't get mad at the course of events as they played out because that's what happened.
I don't know if it was supposed to happen this way.
Well, again, supposing assumes that there's something else is supposed to happen, but clearly it wasn't supposed to, or it would have. I mean, I'm just practicing my defense.
If he wants the building to blow up, I mean, I can go back and blow it up. I mean,
I don't think it's the building blowing up that isn't the important part.
I think we should blow up the
I
building.
think we all need to let go of our attachments to outcomes that haven't actually arrived yet.
I think we need to get the cat. We need to demand the cat.
We need to demand the cat and be open to the contingency of experience.
And Scrags.
Well, so
I think we should make it clear that it's the cat. This is all the cat's fault, and thus you have the god of order arrest the cat.
Yeah, because
Yes.
from what you guys said, Felix and maybe Etzli, aren't you guys actually like years out of time because of that cat?
Yeah, because of the cat.
Yeah.
not me.
No,
Okay.
you're only 4 months out of sync.
No.
Felix is 5 years out of sync.
And 4
Claire
months.
is way more off. Yes, all of you are 4 months off from this last 4 months. Etzli's her 2
Yeah.
months in that weird time dungeon, and the 4 months that she's been here.
2 weeks, not 2 months.
Yeah, so
Sorry,
I've
the
never
2 weeks,
met
yes.
I've never met the cat.
We
No,
get some
you've
sort
seen
of
him in the dream. You have dreamed
Yeah,
about the
'cause
cat.
I don't like cats.
Do we get
I
some
forgot
time
about that.
lawyers? Is our time lawyer public defenders or something?
And
think we
I will
defend our
tell you
cows.
one thing. This is at least partly Kronos' fault. I prayed to that guy. I told him what was going on. I told him. He's a god.
Claire,
He's
It's-
got to get prayers to him.
Esley's gonna roll her eyes and be like, Kronos.
yeah, well, Claire just kind of like, that might be why we got found in the first place.
Huh?
Well, if he looks at you and Felix, and it's like, well, Persimmon has been messing with time for hundreds of years, and I think we are at the tipping point.
Yeah, I didn't bring us to the tipping point. That's Persimmon.
You might have been the straw that broke the camel's back, is all.
Well, I'm
it's
good at
not-
that. I've broken a lot of backs. That's
Yes.
not the problem. It was
This might not be a
everything
bad
before the
thing.
straw.
If Kronos is aware of what's going on, he might be able to fix it.
All right, but I
We-
don't want him to mess with my mom either.
Yes, we do still have to find your mom.
And yours.
Well, I know where mine is.
Weren't we supposed to save her? I think that might be a problem now.
Yes, well, the only way to save her is to get rid of Persimmon.
Well, we don't
Which
even
we
know.
can do via the court order.
Well, we don't even know when we would. I mean, for all we know, that we will be summoned in like 10 years once they've worked out all the bureaucracy.
Yes. Yes, there is
So-
no need. They have no need for a building or a time because they can just poof and get you wherever you need to be.
Yeah, you said they were very bureaucratical, so this might take a while.
It might,
Might-
but what is a while to outside of time?
Yeah, they can hop in the timeline
That's a
whenever
good
they
point.
want, which
But
could be the
then
next 5
surely they
minutes.
should have just. Why not immediately summon us to the court
Well,
now?
Honestly, I think a more
It could be because the DM needs time to.
It might be because the DM needs time to set up a court case. They didn't want to do it immediately right now. That could be it.
Also, I think that maybe getting out of town, finding Felix's mom, and then getting out of Dodge might not be a bad idea. I think the Golden
I
Watch.
think getting
needs
out
a
of
cleaning.
town is a brilliant idea.
We
Yeah.
still need our old selves to travel through time.
I think they've already done that.
I think first we just need to get our stuff out of our hotel room Can we start with that?
So as Horatio mentions your old selves, the rest of you start to feel kind of dizzy and lightheaded. As you, similar to what Felix had, you experience like memory clashing. You do see a rather distraught Claire come out and tell you that you need to go to save Felix's mom, but you also remember her apologizing to you not too long ago about lying about Felix's mom. That you do remember leaving town and whatnots.
So we're definitely out of town now.
That was weird. Okay. Stuff out of the hotel, leave town.
Fine,
Weird
Mom.
parts.
Stuff out of town. Leave town.
Claire reminds you all, we are supposed to meet with the king in 2 days.
We are
Yes.
the vampires.
Great. Let's go. Let's
Yes.
get there a day early.
I don't believe the king will appreciate that.
Well, we'll
Also,
camp
I
out.
believe you told the vampires to be here in 2 days.
Yes.
Yeah, we're meeting them outside of the town.
Yes. On the bright side, we can leave the hotel and go back to the Broken Spoon.
That's true. All we have to do is get rid of our disguises, or at least
Yeah.
take them off.
I must get going and back to my lodgings. There we go. That's the word. My lodgings. Now that we have left the city, I need to return to being Claire.
All right. Catch you later.
Emily's just gonna glance down at their hands and then back up at her, like, "Oh, leaving so soon."
Yeah, Claire goes into her room and packs up her junk, and I'm sure we will meet again soon. Make sure you keep your sending stone nearby.
Emily's gonna pat her pocket and be like, "Yep."
Preet's gonna use telepathy to send the message to Etzli. Kiss her.
Emily's gonna jump, like,
Go on and
and her
kiss the
her cheeks
girl.
are gonna like turn pink.
La, 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 la,
So
la.
the typically purple Etzli is rather pinkish.
And she's just like looking at Preet, looking at Claire, like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna be like, something's up with that time thing. It's making her turn colors.
Yeah, that must be it.
What's Claire's reaction?
She's just thought that must be it, and she grabs her stuff and is out the door and down the stairs of your hotel room.
Preet will push
Emily's
Etzli.
gonna
Out
like
the door.
do a jog in place and then run after her.
You've noticed that Claire hasn't made it too many steps down the stairwell.
Emily's gonna be like, "Claire, wait up."
Oh, did I
Oh, no.
forget something?
I think so. And then she's just gonna go for it.
Aw. Roll me a performance.
Oh God.
This has no bearing on the story, but I love rolling. Love making people roll. Okay,
It's not too bad.
not too bad. How did Claire do? Claire needs some practice. It's not bad, but like her
She's
mouth
so
is like a little too wide, like a little too big. And this is just like, okay, you need to like tone it down for a second. Like she just gets a little too into it. Like
Goes to
it's
bite.
like she's like, I'll see you again soon, I promise.
See you soon. And she's gonna like squeeze her hand one last time and then go back up.
All right, everyone's in the hotel. What is your plan?
Well, I have a zombie with a suicide vest. We should probably
You do still have a zombie with a suicide
Yeah,
vest.
let's
So
roll
we'll have
that
to deal with
bomb.
that.
Let's roll that bomb thing now.
I am gonna I'm gonna
Get all the stuff out of the room first.
No, I'm gonna
No, I am getting all my stuff out of the room first.
Okay, I'm gonna get my
I'm getting out of the damn hotel if this is the plan.
Oh no, I'm gonna stick around like
So,
to
no,
watch,
I
but from a distance.
I think the safer thing
Wait,
here the safest thing here to do is to do what I did with the other zombies and have it walk over and into the abyss and
over the
explode at the bottom. That seems much more safe.
Don't you want the
Okay.
vest?
I have no idea how to get it off or even how it works.
You're so defeatist. I mean, like, look, like the cat. How hard can it be? She put it on.
Yes, but she no longer knows how she put it on.
Did
She
you
doesn't know
ask?
anything. She cannot talk anymore. She is a zombie.
Hmm. You could take her out to the thing. Oh, never mind. It's okay. We've got guns. I don't need. It's fine. I'm a bard. I'm just curious. Just curious if you could like work it out, but it's okay.
I'm sure with enough time, me and especially Felix might be able to work out how this functions. But that is a project. That is a project we do not have time for.
True, but I mean, it's not like you have a caravan where she could just sit and wait until you had time.
I am
If
not
only. If only.
transporting a bomb. Transporting a bomb around like that might not be safe.
We're staying here. All right. Yeah, you don't want the bomb. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't want to talk you into it.
If that building's supposed to blow up, I mean,
The building.
It's owned by the mafia, isn't it?
they won't know it's us.
Well, I'm gonna
Just
put
some
like
random
I don't
zombie
know.
No. It'll look like the Stabby
we are
Sisters.
in enough trouble. Good Lord.
I'm gonna.
Why don't you just go to the mob and just say, shoot us? Just shoot us. Put us
Stab
all
me.
out of our misery.
I'm gonna
Might
put
as
like a
well.
sheet on her or something, like hide her in some.
What, like
in some
E.T. at
description.
Halloween?
Yes, like
Always ET.
What is
I love
ET?
I'll put her.
Don't you
I'll
remember
put it-
E.T. went as a ghost for Halloween? It was how he got to see the world, but he was like the weirdest looking shambly ghost ever.
What are you talking about? What
E.T.
is this
the movie.
ET?
He put a sheet over a zombie.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna
Huh?
wait till like nightfall or something, and then like transport her out.
Don't worry,
Maybe
Christy,
maybe
I
not a
know what
sheet.
you're
Put her in a box, something where it's not obvious that I'm like having a zombie on. So
Oh, because you were saying about sending her out into the cliffs, I thought you were gonna throw a sheet over her and then like let her wander out toward the cliffs.
no, she needs to get through them. I need to take her.
But you were just saying you couldn't transport her. You were gonna have her walk because it was the safest thing. Yeah, okay.
No.
I'm gonna use the restroom while you all figure out what you want to do next. So figure it
I'm
out.
gonna-
I'll be right back.
Just like the
I'm gonna
zombie shambling
hide-
with a sheet over it through
I'm
his
gonna
town.
hide her in some description so that I can take her because she needs to get through the guards, and she can't talk. And they'll notice that she's a zombie and probably
but-
try to kill her and activate the bomb.
Does she? Does she have to get through the guards? I
Yes.
mean, if she ends up in the guards, then it becomes the guards' problem.
Yeah, as it explodes, as they attack her.
Yeah. Well. Or
The
they might
guards are-
not.
You know what? We could cut her up
No, we
except for
can't.
the torso. Except for the torso.
No, that would be
and
damaging
put her in a
her.
box.
That would be damaging her.
Put her in a box.
Well, if you're gonna take her out there anyway, then you might as well just while she's out there ask her to try to disarm the unit and take it off.
Possibly. Well, first off, I need
That's
to get her
not the
out.
worst idea. We could do that.
Yes, but first off, I want to get her out of the city because I do not want a cause the death of innocent people.
Very good. I think that is a wonderful sentiment,
That
and
sounds like a great idea. You do that.
Or we could
Let's-
send her
let's
into
go
the
do that.
blacksmith's auction building.
That's what I was saying.
No.
But luckily,
And then she
it's-
becomes their
Horatio.
problem.
luckily it's my
Horatio.
choice as I have command over her.
Let's go. We're gonna go bring her to the abyss. Come on, Horatio.
Thank
Guys, you two go take our stuff to the Broken Spoon. See if you can find my mother. Tell
All
her
right,
I'm
we'll
looking
go.
for
Yeah,
her.
we've got two people with really super
Yeah,
high
we'll do that.
perception. We'll go look for her.
Thank you.
I don't have high perception.
Yeah,
I have
just
high
pretend.
persuasion.
Oh,
I
okay.
tend to have high
I've got-
perception.
I've got-
Persuade the DM to tell us where she is.
Well, I've got guidance, so I can give you a little tap
Yeah,
and
yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit of inspiration.
Yeah, we'll find her. We'll find her.
Who are you trying to find? Oh.
All right, so we
Felix's
split the
mom?
party because that's always such a
Yes.
good idea.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
it's always.
Well,
such a
I
good
mean,
idea.
listen, these two are trying to commit suicide by proxy.
Yeah.
No, we're trying to
Okay.
commit suicide
by
zombie.
mob.
Suicide
No.
zombie.
Yeah, and then the mob is gonna fucking chase us down.
No, it would be the Stabby
They won't
sisters.
know it's us.
They would go after the Stabby
Yeah.
sisters.
No. We've
Okay.
already been connected. Let's
So-
go.
So
Go
the
find
two-
my mother. Horatio, come on, let's take the zombie to
So
the
the
abyss.
two people who want
Sounds like
to use
fun.
the zombie to blow up the building are going to look for Felix's mom. The two that don't want to blow up the building are going to go deal with the bomb.
This seems very
Okay.
biased to me.
Okay, so
But
Okay, so Bruno and Tialhos head back to the Broken Spoon with all of your crap and your steeders and whatnot.
Yep.
Yes.
Horatio and Felix, you're gonna head out of the city at this point, right?
Yes, out to the abyss.
Out to the abyss. You, as you walk past kind of that same spot that was crowded, you do see that the crowd has pretty much disappeared, dispersed. That's the word. Has pretty much dispersed at this point. There are still guards there, but nobody's kind of gawking anymore. So whatever shenanigans was going on there seems to have cooled down quite a bit. The guards, again, super busy, do not care at the moment. There's way more, and they're like, again, like, this is like the third time today.
Felix,
I passed them 10 gold.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Goes to my kids' tuition. And they
yay! Another kid's tuition.
Let me tell you, I have been. So many kids have been gone to college because of me. I don't even.
entirely because of you.
We're tuition fund.
Yeah, if you were to give out your like name, you'd probably get like a bunch of letters from like kindergartners being like, "Thanks for sending me to college, Mama." Felix.
I can believe it.
Oh my god, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna become a tuition fund.
You're gonna go around the world looking for kids
my
with potential and
gosh.
send them off to college.
Hell yeah, might as well.
That idea has really tickled me for some reason.
Okay, so yeah, you really have no struggle getting your person out there. Do you just tell her to walk off the edge?
No. Before we send her over the edge, we're gonna walk a good bit away, and then we are gonna. Well, I don't think there's a limit to how far away I can be until I command her. So I guess I can tell her to like move away and then do it.
Yeah, you can tell her in like 5 minutes, pull the cord or whatever.
Yeah. No, disarm.
Disarm it. Okay. What is a zombie's intelligence again? I forget. I know I asked you this.
They are dumb as.
I know
I
they're
think
it's like
super dumb.
5
Negative
or
something, right?
Their
Negative
intelligence
4.
is a 3.
Negative 4 intelligence. Okay.
They are dumb as pig shit.
Really, really dumb. Okay.
They're
I'm not gonna lie to you. The
they're not the
DC to
brightest
disarm
light.
this
They're not the brightest
is
light
probably
bulb.
gonna fail. Yeah. So the DC disarm this bomb is I'm gonna set it at 20 to disarm this
With a
thing.
-3.
With a
It's
minus
just
4.
gonna fall.
So a minus
Yeah.
It's gonna
four.
fail. We
Oh, it's probably
Probably
gonna
fail.
fail. For sure.
Like how I think it's going to fail. Like what could possibly make
Yeah.
it? You roll a d20 and
Mhm.
Yeah.
subtract 4. There's
Yep.
nothing you can. You can't roll a 24.
Yeah, you can't. They
The math
literally
doesn't
can't
work.
do it.
You probably can't. No. You would
No,
know
it's not a
this. You would know that.
Okay.
I'll give it to you on a 20. Like you get a 20, she'll just do it. But you got a
All right.
5%
chance. You got a 5% chance.
Okay, here's my question: is she going to go over the cliff, land on the
No.
bottom, and then do it, or
No.
are you having her doing it right there?
No, if we don't do that, she's gonna die on impact. No,
Mhm.
we're gonna take her away from the gate a bit off to the side. Ask her to try and disarm it, so we might be able to have the bomb.
Yeah.
And then what's probably gonna happen is just she's gonna fail, and the bomb is gonna explode, killing her.
Well, here's what I
Probably.
suggest so that we don't get in any more trouble, since that's y'all's goal.
We're outside the
I
city.
I suggest. Well, the
You're not
guards
there.
saw you for one.
You're not there.
We're
We're not there.
doing something else.
Speaking.
Ansley,
Oh.
we've been running her out shooting. They are used to explosions every time we leave the city.
Yeah. Felix shattered like a whole building 2 days ago in the city, and then you have been walking out blowing shit up for like a month.
Well, no, I mean we've been practicing with the
Yeah.
guns. Ansley's been
Yeah, for like a
practicing
month.
with
You
the
guys have been going out into the city and shooting guns.
Okay,
so
cool.
we're good. We're fine.
Good
No
to
one's
know.
giving you no one. You. It's a pretty good assumption that the guards do not care what happens outside of the city. Like they care what happens inside the city. Outside the city, that's a you problem. Unless you're bothering trade or something. So yes, you can roll a d20. If you get a 20, it's not going to blow up. Otherwise, you are very correct. It's going to blow up. It's going to blow up. Yep. No. So you tell she had a name.
Karen.
I don't remember what it was. Karen, not Karen. Just so you know, not that it matters because you never asked her, but her name was Siwa.
No, it's Karen.
Dragonborn Siwa.
Karen.
Walks out away from you all so that she doesn't catch you in the explosion. You see her kind of fumbling around for a sec or two, and then she pulls a cord, looks over with you rather triumphantly before you feel the shockwave as it hits you, and there is nothing left to Siwa.
Karen.
Well, that's one way to get rid of a body. I gotta tell you, I wish
See
they
you
all
later.
came with their own self.
Siwa later. No,
You provided me with this name.
I did. That's
You
it.
did this.
All right, other group is looking for Felix's mom. Where are you looking for Felix's mom?
Everywhere.
It's a city.
Behind the
We're more than likely gonna start near the like event area, and
Yeah,
then
you're-
fan out from there.
Okay. So there's just two of you, so you can each roll me a percent. Are you gonna split yourselves up, or are you gonna do it together?
We're doing it together, right? Great.
Great.
Sorry, I muted myself, and
I'm
I
so
have two
lonely.
places. I have two places to mute, and I was distracted for a second. Can you repeat that? What
you
are we doing
going
together?
To search together
are we going
for
to search
Felix's mom?
together? Or
Yeah,
are we
yeah.
are
No,
we
let's search
splitting up?
together, and then you can give me advantage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll give you advantage.
Okay, 25. Looking
Yay.
around, and you said you're starting. Click on the map where you want to start.
Where is the broken
event,
spoon?
The event area? Or are we starting at the broken spoon?
I think she would probably be heading back home and away from the event. So I would say, well, also we're at the
True.
tavern, so let's think about plausible ways so she could
technically we're starting at the
Yeah, you guys are starting down here. Like this is where you take off from. So
yeah.
from down here, where do you want to go first to look for Felix's mom?
We were Felix's mom. Where
I
would
think
we
we're
go?
heading to the broken spoon to help Tiago and Bruno put our stuff away.
Correct.
And then if we don't find her by then, we can start heading back to the event area and searching for her on the way there. Just the different routes.
I think we can exclude like the spring break areas. So we would want to stick
Yeah.
to less populated areas or streets as we looked,
Okay.
and not big
Mhm.
crowds.
With a 25, as you approach the Broken Spoon and you take a look at the building, there are lights on inside the building,
Ooh.
which you remember you closed this place down like 2 hours ago.
Mm.
Felix's mom is probably sitting in there with her arms crossed.
Who was that hottie that worked there for a while or owns the place? Jeff?
Please don't remind me of him.
Jeff? What was
Chad?
his name? Chad. He would be a Chad. Jack.
Jack. Yes.
Jack, who did not seem interested in Preet, but he was very interested in Etzley.
Mm-hmm.
As we can all see from the art I've done, she is very hot.
We can see in the windows, right?
Bruno, it does well. You can see the once you get your stuff parked up. Bruno's like, would it be okay if I
Go
took
meet
off
your
and took care of
girlfriend.
some personal business?
Go
Okay, bye.
meet your girlfriend.
Just go.
And Bruno is off.
Bruno
so you
thinks
got
he's going to
Tiago,
jail
you-
for life, so he's going to try to do what he can in the time he has left. Poor Bruno.
He's not going to
Um,
jail.
You don't know that. You say
You're
these
all going to
things.
time jail.
Yeah.
Yes, you can look in the windows. There are
Don't say
several
these things,
people
say these things.
inside the Broken Spoon. One of which you easily recognize is a very gussied up Falcon, right? Is that the name? No, is that your last name? I forget. I know I wrote this down, but things that I forget. Felix's mom. You
see
call her
Felix's-
Felix's mom. I
Yeah.
wrote it down.
Just Felix.
Fanchen. Her name is
Fanchen. There we
Fanchen.
go. Fanchen. I know I wrote it down, but of course, remembering things.
Ah,
Fanchen sitting at the table with equally nicely dressed people, about 6 of them sitting in the now reopened Broken Spoon.
I want to do a perception check to see if they look like mafia.
Oh, we're not in trouble anymore. So.
Oh, definitely look like mafia. 100% look like mafia, but nobody seems
Stressed out.
nobody's angry. Like they're
Yeah,
having a laugh
but
and
they don't
sitting
know-
around drinking.
They don't know we know her. We're the Golden Watch?
No, I thought we discarded our disguises at the hotel.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to make us if we go in there when they're sat there. I mean, our job was to find her mom. Is there a back way in? Can we get there through the kitchen door or something? Get up to our rooms?
Yeah, I think so. You
I
guys
don't
have used it
think
in the
it
past.
matters.
I'll tell you what, let's get in the rooms and you can go down and see if it matters.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, we'll use the back door. The servant's entrance.
Use the back door. Yeah. Are you trying to sneak in, right?
Yeah.
I'm not.
You're
For
not.
once. Yeah, I don't care.
Oh no,
Freed's slightly paranoid.
Pretty slightly paranoid. Okay, so I mean, if you're not, you can come.
my-
You
Gosh, we've switched sides. You're the paranoid one now.
Wait. If
Yeah,
they
someone's-
don't know how to, if they don't know what you look like anymore, how are you going to get paid?
she gave him her name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
don't know.
Etzley and Horatio, right?
Yeah,
That's why I
you gave
did
it
not-
to Horatio.
I didn't. This is why I did not give my name.
Well, I gave my name, and they know that I'm the one that stole the book and just gave me a finger waving. They know who I am.
Yeah,
All right. Okay.
they know who you are. Oh yeah, they definitely know who
I am.
Etzley is. They have absolutely no doubts in their mind who Etzley is. Horatio and Preet, you don't know.
Yeah, I think we should go up
I'm
to our
pretty,
rooms
I'm pretty
and you go
infamous in
downstairs.
some circles.
Yeah, you can go down and talk.
Yeah, I really don't care.
All right.
Okay. So you can go over and talk. You're not. I mean, because Etzley isn't being sneaky about it. Like the door creaks open. It's an old wooden door. Creaks open and whatnot. They don't. Etsy walks on in and just starts, immediately does a big old wave at everybody, and people seem more interested in talking to Etsy than the fact that you are kind of like nonchalantly like, I'm gonna sneak
You're
on
welcome.
off to my bedroom. So nobody tries to stop you or anything. Preet. Etsy, everyone just like Felix's mom is like, hey, come on over. Have a drink. We all just escaped death. And he starts to tell you about this attack that happened at the auditorium, and with lots of details about it and how crazy everyone was being, and this one person who just wouldn't shut up about the security, and gosh, like,
Oh, that's when
prophetess?
Esley's gonna bust out laughing.
yeah, and she's like, I'm pretty sure she got into a whole lot of trouble. Like, oh, that's no way to win favors right there. But at the end, we all got out safely. It's been the most like exciting auction we've had in years. This shit's usually boring and stale. People are all stuffy and want to get names and start businesses. And whatnot. So it was a good time. Good time was had. It was great. There was some one of them seemed to have like this really cool shield that was really shiny, was throwing it around. She looked badass. Like she had spikes and this really great outfit. It looked great the whole time doing it. Very exciting stuff.
Esley's just gonna nod and go, "Oh wow, really? What? That's so cool!" Like,
We now all know how Clark Kent feels.
and then Esley, after a couple drinks, she's gonna turn to Felix's mother and be like, and tell her, Felix is looking for you, by the way. You might want to contact her in some way.
Oh, well, she'll have to come here to sleep, won't she?
Oh, yeah, she will. So.
Oh, well, I'll see her.
Just
I can't imagine.
She's looking for you.
Okay, well, I'm sure she'll be fine. She's a big girl. She knows how to handle herself.
She's gonna cheer her cup, take the last swig, and then go upstairs to her room.
All right.
Esley being social.
Esley was social. You got to talk to a few mafia people. They don't seem to care about or even acknowledge anything about you.
I think the kiss from Claire's changing her.
Yeah, Preet became antisocial and Esley became very social. This is
Character
right here. Wow. Okay.
Can I get on the way back from the cliff? Can I look for a place to buy glue?
To buy glue? No. I mean, it's like the middle of the night. No.
Oh, okay.
Muffin.
Fair enough.
Are you gonna glue the zombie back together?
No, I'm gonna glue the pages to the inside of my wizard's robe to improve
the AC. You have one page. It's the one that belongs to you. Everyone counts their pages.
I'm gonna ask the others for their page.
Okay, sounds good.
I don't think that's allowed.
I want to make it
stab-proof robe.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you can't right now because honestly, it's the middle of the fucking night. No.
Okay, I'm gonna do that tomorrow then.
Okay, you'll do that tomorrow.
Hopefully gotten everyone's pace.
Yes. Horatio and Felix, you eventually make it back to the Broken Spoon because that's the only obvious place to go at this point. To find it lit up with 6 people inside by the time you get there's like dancing going on. Someone's brought out and terribly playing a flute, but nobody seems to care. People are dancing and laughing and having a grand old time at the Broken Spoon. Felix, you see that among the dancers is your mom.
I just smile. I wave at her.
Oh, she goes and grabs you and brings you over to dance. She's very drunk.
Oh.
I've danced with drunk moms before.
Yes.
Let's do it again.
Yes. She dances with you, big old smile, tells you to have a drink and retells you the story about some weirdo shooting energy bullets and how this little gnome showed up with a shield and saved everybody, and there was a
Yeah.
whiny lady just wouldn't shut up, and
Oh God, do I know?
robots and all these crazy things that happened to her tonight.
Well, sounds like you had the time of your life.
Best auction I've had in a while. Oh, and I think, and we just heard that those new guys I told you about, they've been banned by the blacksmith. They'll never be encroaching on my business again. Oh, it's a wonderful night.
By this time, the music was so horrible, Preet's gonna come down and play her instrument.
Preet's gonna come down and play at this point. She's not paranoid anymore.
No. But you can continue with Felix and her mom. Just so you know, the music got better.
Music got better at some point.
When she gets at a certain point, I'm gonna give her a kiss and I'm gonna go to bed. So I've got ideas.
She hugs you extra tight and is just very happy to see you.
Happy to see you too, Mom.
Don't stay up too late as you head up to bed.
I'll try not to.
I would have gone to my room and I would like to study the paper in more detail. See if I can glean what magic is behind its indestructibility.
Yeah, you can do an Arcana. Yeah, I mean, it's a magic item. Magic items tend to be rather indestructible.
Okay.
When I get up to my room, I'm going to find a writing implement. And I'm going to try to write on the paper.
Yeah, go for it. On which paper? On the paper that you have?
Yeah, on my summons.
Yeah, the ink seems to just pool on top of it and doesn't seem to be absorbed by the paper itself. So it just kind of pools and then glides off. Almost like, think of it like it's as if it were laminated.
Like
and you were trying to write on it. Just kind of, it gets on there, but it just kind of
right, Lefty?
So I'm gonna write something
You can write on parafilm.
To the honored
It's actually not that hard.
to the honored court, the honored high court, for the purpose of ensuring a proper defense, we will require the following witnesses. I'm going to name the king, I'm going to name Persimmon, I'm going to name Scraggs, I'm going to name Claire's mom, I'm going to name Menhir, I'm going to also say Shavaris may need to be revived prior for testimony, and what's the name? Eric will also need to be revived in order to give proper testimony. Thank you.
Are you writing all this down, DM?
I'm pretty sure I'll remember all the people involved in this campaign and that they all need to be summoned.
Oh.
God,
I was thinking of naming Saccharin, but he's useless.
He's no use.
He's of no use.
I can't see how he could be useful.
If that happens, I'm gonna be like semi-DMing almost, because I'll be playing 3 characters as well.
3 characters.
Well, like these are witnesses to the event.
It makes sense, especially Menhir.
Oh, and then I'm going to say, furthermore, I will require the services of one Kronos, God of Time, to verify
Oh my goodness.
my full cooperation and attempts to contact and report.
The ink pools
Kronos,
on top of your paper.
The god that Esley hates.
Just kind of chills there.
And you know what? I'm going to write, and I know that you guys got this message. I know it. You're not fooling anybody.
You can't leave me on red. I know
Sincerely.
you saw me text you.
Felix Felcard, Esquire. Thank you.
All right.
I know you saw my text. You can't leave me on red.
Nope.
Then I'm gonna take a shower and I'm gonna go to bed.
Unfortunately, this place, unlike your fancy place, does not have running water.
I'm gonna take a
So,
bath. I'm gonna
Yes,
take
you're
something.
gonna have to take a bath. You're gonna have to
You're
heat
gonna
up the
take a
water
bucket.
yourself, which I think you can do because you
I can do.
artificer things. So I'm sure that you can figure it out.
Get the blood out of my hair.
Yes. All right.
Go to-
Sounds good.
Esley's gonna kind of play with the sending stone a little bit before going to sleep.
you get a smiley face emoji.
Great,
You
no,
get-
great. Now you're using the sending stone sext now.
No.
How social are you gonna be with this crowd?
Oh, well, she would have like done prestidigitation when she got up, to like
Mhm.
put on her kind of bardish thing again, and yeah, she's a bard again. She's kind of
gonna
tired
party it
of
down?
being a businesswoman. Yeah, it's really
All right,
stressful.
she's gonna party it down with
Yeah.
with
You
them.
wanna-
All right,
You want a
You can do it.
performance?
yeah, performance for me.
You're still
Oh,
performing?
fantastic! Yeah. The crowd. You stay up the rest of the night. Just enthralling your guests with music and songs. You hear the story of the auction house retold several times, each time getting less and less accurate as to what actually happened. Like you were there an hour and 2 hours ago. You remember, and that shit didn't happen. You hear a lot about Jim the Orc who bravely jumped in to save people. And there's definitely a whole lot about the one person with the shield, kind of like, damn, that was fucking cool. You see throw that shield around, it was awesome. Otherwise, you do hear, as the night kind of gets on, you do hear rumors about how unhappy people are with the constructs that came from Eberron. There's a lot of whispers of like, ooh, one of them was one of them Warforged things. You think they had anything to do with it? Like, seems a little sketchy that like they were here and then this attack happened. Do you think that had anything to do with it? So there's a lot of like rumors and kind of uneasiness about the Warforged from Eberron.
Yeah, Preet will feed that by saying, "Isn't it strange that the security failed?" And this particular auction, I mean, isn't that a little bit coincidental that it's otherwise secure? Yeah, so she's gonna feed that side of it, suspicions as well. She's not gonna let like Felix get all of the glory out of this. She's gonna work her magic too.
Sounds good. You can roll a persuasion.
All right.
I'm pretty drunk. How much they remember? Okay, yeah. People start like nodding away, like, yeah, that's super weird. Like, I wonder what's up with the blacksmiths. And
Yeah, like
really, like they really dropped the ball this year. Like, I've always felt so safe going there, but like after this, do you think they're gonna do it next year? Oh,
yeah, was this an insurance scam?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Who knows? Good thing I wasn't selling anything there this year. Oh, can you imagine?
Yeah. Yeah. So she'll have a good evening then. Be vindictive too. She's got it in for the blacksmiths.
Eventually, very early into the morning, mostly nobody leaves. Everybody just kind of finds a spot somewhere to sleep.
The floor feels so comfortable
The floor
right now.
feels nice. Most people just kind of find a spot. Felix's mom makes it up to her room, but otherwise everyone sleeps pretty soundly.
Yeah, she'll start playing lullabies and then she'll go to bed.
Yeah, so all of you can now finally like actually level up. I didn't think you were gonna get into combat, but just in case, you can level up.
We have
Do your thing.
Our proficiency has gone up to 5.
To 5. Let's see. You guys at level 13? 14?
Yes, we are.
Which is my stealth and sleight of hand is
13.
now plus 15.
My spell save DC is now 19.
Okay. I got the next morning. Two dwarves in suits arrive and knock on the door with packages for Etzli and Horatio.
Yay!
Yay!
So I got me 2 tables here for you. Roll me a d12, and that is what you'll get.
7.
7 and
Three.
3. Okay, so 7. Ooh, okay. This is quite the thing. Oh, okay. A diamond-studded censer. I don't know what that is. A blackened brazier of red platinum and 2 scrolls written in Draconic. The censer is the sensor of controlling air elementals. Oh shit. I don't know what that is.
So a censer is. I'm surprised you don't know that. You know, Catholics, the things that Catholic priests will walk down and swing. That's a
yeah.
censer.
So you get a sensor of air elementals.
Growing up, I always called that the smoky swingy
The
thing.
smoky swingy thing. A brazier of commanding fire elementals, and 2 spell scrolls of 4th levels, one a 4th level and one a 5th level spell. I don't know
So
what
that's
those are.
what Horatio gets.
That's what Horatio gets.
Okay, so sensor of controlling air elementals and brazier of fire controlling fire elementals. Okay.
And something in Draconic.
Wow, it's.
And just I got to roll for those scrolls. You got 2 spell scrolls.
I'm probably
so you got
just
a
gonna
4th level and a 5th level
and
spell scroll.
copying them
which
down
I
into my
will-
own book.
Yeah, I will roll them, and you can add them to your spell, whatever is when you need to.
Mhm.
Okay. What did you roll? A 3.
I rolled a 3.
Quick question: did you have to do we have to attune to the Godstream?
Yes, you do have to
Okay.
attune to the Godstream.
All right, so I gotta figure out about that.
Attuned to your
Yeah, you got to
shield.
figure out which ones you want to keep, which ones you don't want to keep. Okay. You get 80 platinum pieces.
80 platinum. Okay, let me.
Yes. A
80.
key-shaped
There we go.
chime. A mace in the likeness of a skull. A seemingly empty jar and a flask of golden liquid tasting of mead. So the key-shaped chime is the chime of opening.
The chime of opening. Okay, hold on. Stop it! Oh my gosh, get out of my way. The chime of opening. Ooh, it's in the items on the site.
Yeah, most of these should be. You get a mace of terror.
Okay.
Oil of etherealness. I don't know what that is. We'll find out
I don't know
together.
what it is either, but there we go.
And
Okay.
Oil you put on yourself and you become ethereal. It's pretty
There you
much
go.
in the name.
Nice. And a
Well, I
potion
still
of
don't know what that means.
heroism.
Ah,
So those are
don't
the gifts from the blacksmith to both of you for
Cool.
And I
your
don't know
great
how
service.
You spell, I don't know how you spell brazier.
BRAZIER.
ERA.
Z like zebra.
I got a mace.
You got a mace of terror. Terror. I don't know what it does. I random loot
I don't know
tables.
what it
You got
does
random
either.
loot table
I'm
stuff.
about to look.
Yeah, you got random loot table stuff.
Okay, it requires attunement. How many items can I have attuned?
3.
3. Okay.
Mhm. All right. So at this point,
Release of wave
not
of
gonna lie to
terror.
you all,
Okay.
I have very little planned because I have no idea what you all would like to do. So it's a new day. You're in the city of Sunk. You have about another day left before your vampire friends show up. After that, Yeah. What is your plan?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I love this. I can rob so many things with this chime. I mean, open so many doors.
Yes.
I think we need a plan for the vampires. I think it's time we think about that now.
Yeah.
Well, first
Well, we have to.
I'm gonna go buy glue.
Use a teammate.
You okay,
You
RD?
know, Fishman, it's a heck of a time to start taking up that kind of stuff. I'm just saying, once you start, just one little sniff, and then next thing you know,
Hey, how would I?
next thing you
sniff-
know,
Hey, how would I sniff it?
You got a nose.
What it's for?
You got a nose.
What? I'm gonna mix the glue into that. No, that is not what I'm gonna use it for. I wanna. If
oh, that's what they all say. It's not.
if I
need
could
help.
could I?
Oh, I only have 2 things attuned, so I can have.
Hello.
Huh.
Yes. If everyone, if I could get your court orders, like the papers. I would appreciate that. I have an idea for what they might be used for.
Well, I'm not giving you mine because I am not going to feed your habit. I'm not here to enable you.
I'm gonna glue them to my robe. So
That's
that my
what they
robe-
say. That is what they say. That is the oldest story in the book.
Exley's gonna go. I'm not gonna give it to you because that sounds like a dumb idea.
Okay, so you got 2
Okay.
no's. Preet, are you gonna give Horatio your summons?
Sure, why not?
Okay, you got 1.
No, I have 2
Oh.
now. I have 2.
You have 2. Yes, sorry. Yes. You got 1 yes, so you have 2 things.
Bruno and Tiago.
Bruno never showed up last night.
Oh.
Tiago.
Yeah.
You can
Oh my
roll a
God,
persuasion
Bruno
on
did
Tiago.
some. Who wants this
What's
mace?
Who wants
Because
the
I
what?
can't use it. The mace. It's a melee weapon, and I'm not proficient in it.
I mean, I'm proficient,
if
but
anyone
I'm
is.
kind of I'm proficient in everything.
Yes.
The mace of fear.
Is it a simple
Tiago
weapon?
might be
I
able to
already
use it because she's a fighter too. So I
Tiago
think
would.
she's proficient in everything too.
Yeah,
Tiago could
perfect.
use it.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give it to Tiago.
Okay.
And Tiago levels up too. So does Bruno.
Yes, Tiago and Bruno. So Bruno gets 2 spells. Tiago gets something.
Someone do that for me for Tiago. I'm not doing it.
So yeah,
I
Tiago
barely
will
can keep
give
track of
you
my own
the
character.
note and just like of course, sir, you can have it. I guess.
Thank you.
So you have Preet, Tiago's, and
I
your
have
own.
3.
Bruno never showed up, so you're gonna ask him later.
If they're normal sized papers, that should be enough to like cover torso.
Sure.
I'm
yeah,
gonna whisper
finding
to
you-
Edsley and I'd say, he'll probably help Tiago and Bruno level up if you give him his paper.
You know. I'm saying this is pasta. He will probably help me do it because he loves me, and
And then you can give him the paper because you love him.
oh no. I would give it to him, but Edsley wouldn't. So nice try.
Yeah, that's
Okay. So yes,
And he
finding
understands that because he loves me.
yes.
finding a shop with glue is not the most difficult
you,
thing in the
Matthew.
world. You will easily find it. I don't know. Hand me a gold. I don't even know what glue costs.
Only very
Coppers.
cheap.
Probably very cheap. I don't know. Yeah, a couple of copper, I guess.
It's
Go with
glue
that.
in the.
I don't know. if glue's in there.
Glue
I mean,
is
it is.
in it, but I don't actually know if it's cheap.
Well, the sovereign
I
glue is in
remember
it.
running into it either in the Dungeon Master's Guide or in Player's Handbook. I can't remember
Yeah,
which
sovereign
one.
glue, which is a magical item, is in here.
Well, no, but there's like a regular glue as well,
Glue
or paste or something. I've run into it. I've seen it.
Ocean
And during
pouch.
our 2 days, I do want to get the same thing that Felix has, where she can just summon her weapons whenever.
that's
It's
a
not gonna
blasting.
work on magical weapons, just so you know.
Okay.
So you'd
I
have
want it.
to.
I want it on
So
my.
you could do it to a non-magical weapon,
So not my +1 sword.
not your +1 sword.
Okay.
He
that
could
was
make you. He
already.
could take a sword and maybe make it a +1 sword for you, but it'll cost you more and it'll take you like a week.
What I want is my 2 plain daggers. I want those to be the ones that I can summon, because then I can throw those and then just summon them back to me.
So each of them is going to be in attunement. Just so you know. So you're going to attune to 2 daggers.
Okay. Okay, then I'm just gonna do 1 then.
Okay. So you just want, like, you're just gonna want a dagger, but you want to have the soulbound thing on it.
Never
Which is-
mind.
Okay.
I mean, it could be
I don't-
useful, but how often am I throwing things, really?
I mean, it does mean that like Felix, you could just always have your weapons with you. You don't have to, like, they're always concealed in a pocket dimension somewhere, and you can always get them.
Yeah, but I can't do it for my sword.
So you could. So is your sword just a +1 sword? Is that all it is?
Yeah, it's just a +1 sword.
Yeah. So I mean, he can make you a +1 sword that'll do it. He just can't do it to your sword. Like, he's like, that's, there's already something on that. I can do
Can
it.
you make my dagger a +1 dagger and do it?
Probably.
And how much would that be?
I'm gonna have to figure that out.
Oh. I'm just
But it
gonna
is
But
something.
yeah.
It is, so I will let you know that the money probably isn't the worst part, because these things are going to be like
It's the
fairly
time.
inexpensive for you all. It's going to take about a week.
which we might not have.
And I'm sure after a few days we're gonna head out. After the
We have no idea what the fuck is gonna happen in the future.
No, but I think we're planning to get the heck out of Dodge as soon as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
It's
That's
getting
why
a
I'm bringing it
little
up.
bit-
Y'all seem
Right.
determined to leave. So
yeah, I'll wait on that then.
okay. Sounds good.
I'm just gonna assume the glue cost, like, I don't know, gold.
Yeah, let's go with the gold. I really genuinely do not know. It wasn't in the player's handbook. There might be something in the DMG, but I will gladly go.
All I was able to find is sovereign glue, which is like a legendary item.
Yeah, that's an item. Yes.
What are you doing
Yes.
with the glue again? I still have it in my head that you're gluing the zombie back together.
No, I'm going to attempt to glue the indestructible pieces of paper to the inside of my robe to offer more protection.
Oh yeah, no, that's a dumb idea. Sorry, Muffin. That's a silly
No,
idea.
it's an incredibly stupid idea because it's probably not going to work. Actually, it should.
Okay, so you find your glue, you buy your glue, you put it on the piece of papers. The glue just seems to slide off the paper. It'll stick to your robe just fine. Your robe is now like covered in glue, but it won't
No,
stick
I don't
to
put
the
it
paper.
on. I obviously test it. Don't test it on the rope first.
Yeah, no, it just kind of pulls on top of the paper.
God damn it!
Uh-huh.
Kind of like ink. Yeah, it just doesn't seep through. It's got like nothing to attach
That's not how
itself to. Pretty
glue
much.
works, but okay.
Tried
Well, it's got like
sewing it?
nothing. Like it's got nothing to bound. It feels like there's nothing to bind it to it. Like it just. It's like it's almost like the paper is frictionless and there's nothing is sticking to it. It's
Oh
just-
my gosh. It's
I
incredibly
know what I can do.
fine-tooth paper that has
I know.
wax over it.
I know what I can do. I can sew pockets on the inside of the ropes and have it inside that.
Okay, so that's gonna probably take you a while. I don't even think you're proficient in sewing. You
Probably
probably
not.
have to find someone to do it.
That's why I was asking about sewing it, but yeah.
Yeah, is your cloak magical?
Just big.
No.
No, it's just a regular good old cloak.
Yeah,
You have
so-
tattoos. That's what you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could you probably find a seamstress, but it's probably going to take you like a week.
For now, I'm just gonna note down that I have
Well, it
three
depends on how
pieces
busy the
of.
seamstress is, really.
Yeah, that's true.
Because pockets are really not that hard to sew.
Oh, you all have clothes to pick up.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we do.
You have clothes to pick up. I
Okay.
completely forgot about
Black
that.
outfit with a new cowl and stuff.
Yeah. Now that we're having some downtime, you all have clothes to pick up. So all of you, because I think all of you bought it, can pick up your official last-ditch effort uniforms.
Yes.
Which are going to, if you are wearing them, and I'm going to put a big if you are wearing them, they don't offer anything else unless you're wearing them. If you're wearing them, you will get advantage on charisma rolls. So intimidation, persuasion.
Oh my gosh.
The other one.
Can you wear them under or over?
No, so these are like fancy clothes. So you ain't wearing them with your armor. You ain't wearing them with your these are your fancy clothes. These are your party.
These are our interrogation clothes.
These are our court
so if you're going, yeah. So if you want to put them on, you're gonna have to take off all your armor and shit and put this clothes on.
Okay, so we'll just stick those in our closet for now.
Yeah, they're not magical. They're just super nice. So you can
say fancy clothes. I spelled fancy wrong. That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So these aren't magical. They don't require treatment or anything. These are just like
on charisma.
Charisma skill checks. I'm gonna go not saving throws. So skill checks.
Skill checks. I was gonna say stuffs.
No, yeah, not saving throws. So if you're wearing it and you have a charisma saving throw, it's not going to give you advantage on that. But if you put them on before doing an interrogation or going to a fancy place, you will get advantage on them. But
okay,
you also
so
got to put them
written down and unchecked. But I'm gonna have people remind me that I have it because I don't see it. Therefore, it's not there.
Mm-hmm. So you got your fancy clothes. Anything else before vampires show up? Do you guys know what you do when vampires show up?
Yeah,
because vampires are.
Could we have that conversation? I think that's a good conversation to have.
Yeah, I think
vampires show up in the morning. Like you got like hours.
I wasn't here when you guys did the vampires. I have no idea what's going on.
So we went out. We went. It turned out that the
Mama
reason.
Estely.
Okay, it turned out the reason the mine that was that has stopped sending things was because they had mined in and accidentally gotten into a vampire den with some semi-friendly vampires living who mainly just defending themselves.
They're mostly friendly.
They're mostly friendly, and we made a deal with them.
We arranged for them to meet the king and make a deal with the king that as long as he left them alone, they would provide protection to the miners and exclusivity to that mine.
Yes.
I remembered.
Yes. And now they're going to show up and we have an audience with the king.
Does the king know that vampires are part of this audience?
Yes.
Yes, he does.
Claire set this up for you all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are the vampires like...
They're very nice.
Basically,
well, I'm sure they're swell, but like, are they dressed properly? Are they...
You did tell them that you were going to meet the king, so probably?
I would be very surprised if they aren't.
Yeah, you...
All right, well, in that case, I don't care. They can go... We got them an audience, right? That's all. Just as long as they don't try to kill anybody, I don't care.
The pitch,
we are going to be at the audience.
Yeah, so the pitch that we'd come up with is because Etzley really wanted to save the vampires, if I remember this correctly. And so...
Mama Etzley.
Yeah.
Because they had fangs.
There's a lot of valuable mining operations that they want to conduct in that area with a lot of precious metals or stones or something.
The blue crystals, the cobalt steel.
Yes.
Which is the blue stuff that you found
Right.
was in Tabitha's
Cyborgium.
armor. Yeah, the cyborgium. Yes.
So because it's so
And I remember-
valuable, the argument we're going to make is that people are really scared of vampires. So if the king were to put it out that vampires were protecting that mine, it would actually save him a lot of money on security. And the vampires aren't in an area where there's a lot of stuff. They can stay there and just because they think they drink cow blood now because they're
Yeah.
vegan.
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, pretty much. Yeah.
They're twilight vampires.
They're Vacan.
They sparkle in the sunlight.
Yeah.
Yes, they don't tend to eat
They're
human
Vacan.
eastings.
They only eat cows.
Otherwise,
No
the
need to.
entire sort of little small village is going to be genocided.
Yes. Claire kind of warned you that the king is kind of racist.
Oh, great.
So he will genocide the whole. He'd just be like,
Well,
okay, there's vampires there.
Also,
Preet, you're good at I guess we could put our fancy clothes on, and Preet, you're pretty good at talking.
Yeah, we might sing them a beautiful song maybe to help me with or someone else with their roles
Sing
before
them
I
a
start
beautiful
doing stuff. But yes, I can use my eloquence to try to persuade the king that it's in his monetary interest to let these people
I
live.
also have a plus 14 to persuasion too, so I can help.
Yes.
And
There
you
you
now have
go.
an advantage.
Yeah, so you know.
So, Mr. Fish Guy?
Horatio, yes.
Yes. That's right. Your name is Horatio Farterton the Third, right?
Von Bubbleton the Third, yes.
Like
I
a
don't
fart
know how
bubble.
you. No, like bubbles.
Bubble fart.
Like, I am. Yes. What do you want?
Yes.
Bubble fight.
Whatever.
You and I should just shut up when this is happening, right?
Probably.
Yeah. I think we should.
Not probably.
I'm glad that you agree and that we are just gonna sit there and look pretty.
Look pretty.
That's right.
Oh, I
That's
always
right.
do.
I know. And quiet.
Very, very pretty fish.
Very pretty.
You know,
quiet fish.
it's enough. A lot of people have trouble understanding vampires, and a lot of people have difficulty dealing with necromantic fish. I've heard it. There's a common phobia.
I'm fully aware. Yes. No,
Yeah.
I'm not an.
Yeah.
As the events of yesterday have clearly shown me, I am not a negotiator.
Yeah. So we'll do the sitting there looking pretty, and they'll do the talking part. And the vampires will do whatever they're gonna do, and the king will hopefully be just knocked his socks off. And honestly, at this point, man,
And I
everywhere we go, we get
poison him.
so much trouble.
So much.
I don't know if we're doing the vampires a favor, getting them involved with us.
We're heroes. What are you talking about?
We're doing it because we don't want them to die.
Well, I know. I'm not saying we're not doing it for all the right reasons. I'm saying, have you noticed that people end up exploding when they're near us or falling into time?
Do you feel bad about the zombie?
You know, Edsley, I feel bad about a lot of things now. I really do. And I've got two of our friends are like in a bag of holding in pieces. and other people that we've known have I don't even know what happened to them, and you know, it's all getting to be a lot. And these vampires are coming, and they seem like nice people, and we're freaks. We're the kind of people that vampires should be concerned about associating with. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay,
If we're the kind of
yeah,
people that a vampire should be like, I don't think, as an undead person, that I should associate with these fucking freaks.
Well, see, here's the thing: with us next to them, they'll look better by comparison. So the king will be more likely to want to side with them, you know? Because it's like, what does a piece of shit look like next to a bigger piece of shit? A pile of gold. So
I don't think that's true.
I'm gonna go with fair enough. We'll try. We'll do our best.
all we can do is do our best, Felix, and that's all we've been doing
Alright.
so far. And I think we've been doing pretty well.
Your mom's
Yeah,
alive.
I mean, we are alive, and Mom's alive. That's good, and Claire's alive.
Yeah.
And we haven't
We're
been
getting better.
prosecuted yet.
Yeah, you did make a new friend. Claire was trying to kill you like
A few
a year
sessions
ago. So
Yeah, she was awfully mean. She was awfully mean the first time we met. She's all right now, but it's been a lot. It's been a lot. I'm gonna go find Bruno, and I'm gonna tell him that he should stay with this lady and make babies and have a
Get
happy life.
married. Yeah.
You're just gonna let
You
him
should
go?
settle
You're
down.
gonna fire him? Just give him
Oh, no.
give him a bunch of money.
I'm not gonna. I'll get him some money, and tell him that there's nothing. Everything is good when you go, and instead of like having exploding people come after you or try to kill you all the time,
You have something good with this girl.
you can just go and make a baby. And
You know
that's
what?
nice.
You know what? You know what? To show my support as Aunt Esley, I'm gonna hand you 5 platinum and tell you to give that to him. Since I have
All right.
80.
All right.
He is still being summoned to the time court.
Well, that's all right. He could be there, and we'll just tell
Yeah,
him.
but he can get married in the meantime.
Yeah, and we'll just say, look,
Do you think the
man,
time
it
code can
wasn't his
marry?
fault. We'll just tell him he got stuck and it wasn't his fault. And he's
he was
totally innocent.
He was just
I'll
following
take the
orders
rap
from
from
his.
him. I don't care.
Yeah.
Really, we're gonna use the Nuremberg defense for him?
Yes. Yes, we are now.
No,
Sure.
we're gonna use the idiot defense.
there is no Nuremberg in your reality.
Mhm.
Therefore,
I
there is no
idiot-
Nuremberg defense.
ET, so
Idiot defense is pretty
So
effective.
in this world, we're gonna call it the Felix defense.
a Felix defense.
Still,
He didn't
Okay.
understand what was happening. He didn't know.
Horatio. What happened to sitting there and just looking pretty?
that was with the audience with the king.
That's what. There you go.
Pretend the king is here. Practice. Practice makes perfect.
Okay.
Just like for 5 minutes.
I would very much appreciate it if you stopped treating me like I'm only a few days old.
How many days old are you?
Yeah, I was gonna say you're like 5 years. You're like
No, I'm
2 years
14.
old. You're like
14.
3 years old.
No, I'm 14.
You're 14 years old. Whole 14. But he's
But
only been
they
awakened.
wait-
You've only been awakened for like 5 years, right? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
So
Yeah.
he's
But
the child of the group.
Awaken does expand your life, like your longevity. The awakened creatures live longer than their non-awakened counterparts.
So he's younger than even our interns. So
Oh yeah, but I'm also
You're a
one of
teenager.
the- I'm also one of the smartest people in the group.
Not the most well versed. You are only for 5. Otherwise you spend most of your time in a goldfish bowl.
And Felix is a 5'2".
Yeah, no,
So we're
I said
pretty
one of.
all right. Well, I'll tell you what.
you stop gluing pieces of paper into your robe, and we'll stop.
No,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
never gonna convince him not to do that.
Don't worry,
that's
so
a
I'm gonna
fair
have
point.
to sew targets to keep it in. I'm gonna figure this out.
I
can
believe
give it
in
an-
you.
We can
I
give them
believe in you
indestructible
completely.
items.
I'll tell you what. Help us get Bruno off the whatever, and I will be really nice to you for at least 2 days.
Oh no, I have no problem.
I'll
I think you're
give you
absolutely
one
right.
compliment.
You have a very shiny bowl.
I don't
Very
understand why
shiny.
you're expecting me to not want to help you with that. I agree
Well,
with
you
you.
argue a lot for someone who's trying to be helpful.
Well, I was simply saying that we don't have a choice, since we might not have a choice to. He might not have a choice to do that.
Well, I
Because
mean,
Yeah, but
it's
like
time
I said, he can get married in the meantime.
the point is, getting himself killed while we're waiting to be summoned is not going to help the situation. Getting
That's
laid and having babies and
And
having
he
a
already
nice
has a job
life.
at the Broken Spoon.
You know,
That's
people going down to the mines don't come back all the time, right? Nobody says don't have a baby because one day you're going to go to the mines and blow up.
I am not arguing this point at
Alright.
all.
Okay,
Okay.
then shh. Oh, look, there's the king, Horatio.
All right. So you have a plan.
I have a plan.
Yeah,
You have a
we
plan. Perfect.
right.
Unless anything else needs to happen, we can scoot ahead to the next day. Bruno does about noonish eventually make his way back. He makes it back to his shift at the Broken Spoon. You also have jobs, by the way.
Yes.
Again.
Oh yeah, we still have jobs.
You still have jobs, so he does show up to do his
Bartending.
job and whatnot. So you all bartend, bodyguard, serve people, do all the things as per usual.
Can I take him
Um,
outside on a break?
You can take him outside on a break. Yeah, he's working hard. He's you see him. He's got a big old grin on his face. He doesn't seem to be able to stop smiling as you.
Oh,
When Esley sees him, she's gonna give him like a thumbs up, and she's gonna like look all proud of him.
He surprisingly and a bit out of character like gives you a thumbs up back.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take him out and be like, sorry.
Deep down inside, Esley's just gonna have like, Esley's just gonna be like, it's growing up.
So yeah, I'm gonna take him out back and I'm gonna say, dude, can I talk to you?
Yes.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna ask to talk to him.
Yes. Okay. So you
Sorry,
do.
that's the first thing that came to my mind when you said take him out back.
I'm gonna
You
be
can take
like,
him back. No problem.
Bruno, you have been great. You've been awesome. You've done a great job with us.
Thank you. I try my best. I'm very excited about this opportunity. It's been very enlightening.
It's been a thing. Here's what I'm gonna say though, and I want you to take this with the love that I'm giving it to you with. I think you met a nice girl, and you should go make a baby. And
I
not
think you
be
should
an
get married
adventurer
first.
who's going to die
Oh, but I
like
mean,
us.
Too soon.
I don't think I would die.
Two of
I-
the
Neither did the
people
brothers.
in our group have already died, you know? I
Two
mean,
interns and two main people.
and I care about you a lot, and I don't want to see you get hurt. And I feel like you have a chance at real happiness. And not everybody gets that chance. And sometimes, even when they get that chance and they find a nice cleric, they get summoned by the Time Lords and have to go argue for vampires. And it's a horrible. They don't want to drag nice people into their lives, which are always completely insane and covered in blood and explosions and people just being zombies and blowing up in front of them all the time. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking about the question, um,
That was amazing.
I did not see that coming at all.
Chrissy, have I told you that you're awesome?
I'm ready for the rest of the game.
The rest of our time playing is just gonna be us laughing.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry,
Angie, you're crying.
I do 10-hour work shifts on Tuesdays, and then I come home and I play Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm a little punch drunk. I'm not gonna lie.
And Bruno's like, there's that time I killed that one ancient evil from I are you mad at me? Did I do something wrong?
You didn't do anything wrong, honey. I'm giving you a chance to have a better life than I have. You know?
Roll me a persuasion with advantage, because
Get
that was
married,
a wonderful
have kids.
speech.
Okay.
I think she should just automatically pass it, just because.
Oh, it's all right. I can do persuasion. Persuasion's not really my thing. Oh God.
Luck
All
point.
right. Luck point. And it's no better.
That's no better. That's okay.
Another luck point.
That's 10. 10 it's not the hardest. So the nice thing is it's not the hardest thing to convince him, because he's
very much
you
in love.
know. Yes, he
He
very
does.
much would
He
like
does want to have babies and get married.
Yes. The 9 would have been pushing it, but I think a 10 is fine. Bruno is reluctant. So he's like, you know, I'm gonna miss Miss Chavaris and Sir Herrick, but and I'm gonna miss you and Miss Etzley. And I did learn a lot. It was great. I got to do a lot of great things. But I think you are giving me some really good advice. And I would like to stay in SOC. So yeah, if you don't need me anymore, I'll stay here and make a name for myself here.
So yeah, you can
Don't forget to
still
give him my
be the
platinum.
greatest wizard. You can be the greatest wizard Sock has ever seen. You know?
Yes, I'll try my best for
And you can name your first child Felix.
I'll keep that in mind.
Here, and I
my
give them the money from Etzley, and also 5. I'm assuming I have 5 platinum as well. I'd say this should get you started. And
very generous.
You know, when little Felix, your firstborn child that you name Felix, is born, you can give them a proper like
name
nursery.
a child actually it's bad luck.
Yeah. So, and then I give him a really big hug.
No, he hugs you back, and you can on your cheek you can feel tears that kind of.
I'm gonna cry too. I'm crying. I'm crying. Felix is crying. She's like, oh, it's okay.
Okay.
Anytime I'm in SOC, I'm gonna come visit you and your lady and the namesake baby that you're going to have named Felix.
I feel like you might be forcing that issue.
I don't see that. I think I'm just being, I'm just giving good advice like I do. You know.
Yes.
So persuasive.
Well, yes.
You could still work here. I mean, they're not going to.
I will talk to Jack about that.
All right.
Yeah. You see, you do as the day kind of goes on. You see, you'll probably see him tomorrow, but he does talk to Jack for a little bit, and Jack gives him a big pat on the back, and you get a big old grin and a thumbs up from Bruno later on.
Aw.
And yeah, you all spend your evening working away as you always do, performing, Etsley making drinks, Felix being bouncer. I don't remember what Horatio did. I think he's
cooking, because remember,
cooking.
Trevor
Yes,
is
you are. Yes, you're
proficient in
cooking.
yeah,
Cooking away, cooking your night away. So yeah,
cook night away.
Unless you all got something else the next morning.
I would like to at some point have a look at the scrolls, figure out what they are.
Yeah. You're gonna have to give me a week on that. You figure them out. You're gonna have to give me a week because
I mean,
those
I'm
are
not gonna be using
tables.
them. Like,
No.
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
Just want to make clear that it's something I would have. Like, I've sat down and have had a look at them, and probably.
Yeah, and I think you have enough gold and time to scribble them into your.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing I wanted to.
Yeah.
Like,
because I don't remember how much it is.
Just having scrolls lying around.
Yeah, I don't remember how much it is per level, but I'm sure you'll have the time and the gold for it. So.
Yeah, that's right.
No problem.
We'll take them next time.
Find them.
Yeah.
So with that, the next morning comes around. You have worked your shifts. The crowds have pretty much left. Even the day before, it's been pretty quiet. As the festivals are ending, so the stand, she's got her bags packed up and is ready to get going on to her next destination. And so she lets you know it's time for me to go, sweetie. It was really good seeing you again. Please don't wait 5 years before the next time you see me.
I won't, Mom. There's an odd chance that I might be taken by the god of time and consigned to eternal torment. But unless that happens, I'm definitely going to be in touch.
Yes, dear. It happens to the best of us. I'm sure you'll figure out your way out of it. You always do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very proud of you, dear. You made a good. I don't know about your friends, but you have a good business going here.
Yeah. Thanks, Mom. I'll see you around, right?
Oh, yes. I'll stay in touch.
I give her a quick hug.
She
Stay in touch, mother.
Takes her bags and walks out of the Broken Spoon. You all make your way down in the morning for breakfast, and sometime in the morning you hear a knock on the door. The front door of the restaurant, which seems weird because you don't need a knock, but whatever. The door opens and you see your good old friend, the hooded creature that you saw hanging around with Claire. You see Zero. Yeah.
I'm like, hey, dude, you're looking so good. Nice. I'm so glad to see you again.
Doesn't just kind of looks at you and waits by the door, by the front door.
Absolutely. I'll get everybody else. So we're all dressed in our best, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
All right. He walks you up to the same elevator that you took a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 4 or 5 months ago. Who knows at
some point in the past.
At some point in the past.
Probably the past, but it might be the more recent past or farther past.
Who knows? Back onto the giant elevator. Make your way back up to.
Making our way downtown.
Yeah, to see King X-Spine again. Very familiar trek that you've done before. The construct leaves you at the door to the king's audience chamber, and just kind of stands there by the side, wordlessly, hasn't said a word the whole way here. and just kind of stands beside the door. What would you all like to do?
Wait, where?
Head in.
Well, don't we not kind of need the vampires? Didn't we say we
Oh,
need
yeah.
them outside the city?
Yeah, we need to go outside the
We
city to fetch them.
Yeah, can we rewind?
Can we rewind and grab the vampires? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I was about to say, aren't we supposed to meet them outside of the city? But then I had to go feed Pumpkin because she's being all picky and whiny. But then I looked and she hadn't even eaten her breakfast. So Pumpkin.
Yes. All right, get the vampires, and I also really gotta go take a bio break. So, plan your speech, I guess. Plan your speech because you're gonna have to talk to a racist king for a sec here. So, how are you gonna convince a racist king not to kill a bunch of vampires? Good task.
The same way you get racists to do anything that's remotely humane, which is make it in their own self-interest.
Exactly. Which is what we have planned.
I think our having him make a deal with the vampires that like we suggested that's definitely the way to go.
Yes. Because yeah, what would a security cost on a mountain and all of the carts and stuff to be protected as they moved in and out?
And plus the cost of the war, the loss of soldiers, because whatever soldiers are turned will end up attacking their own, and then there's more. And
yeah, they're not gonna beat they're not probably gonna beat them in the end, but it's like it's not gonna be as easy as he thinks. So then of several dozen vampires.
Yes. And then he's gonna have to do all the cost of the patrols himself. Whereas a reputation of vampires is terrifying.
Yeah.
Yep.
And free for him. So yeah, I guess we should also touch base just with the vampires to discuss what we want to offer and make sure
I think we did.
We did.
Okay, we agreed upon it already.
Yeah,
we'll have to remind R&D when he gets back.
But that was to suggest that the suggestion we were gonna make. We worked that out while
we were there. Yeah, while they were there, what they would agree to.
Yes.
So if R&D does have notes on this, find this page.
Yeah, R&D better have notes on this.
All right, did you figure out how to convince a racist king?
Yeah, we think we've got a bit of a strategy, but we wanted to just confirm that we had already sorted out the terms with the vampire plans. I guess is really what they are.
I'm pretty sure we told them that a good way to get the king's favor is to offer protection to the miners and exclusivity to the mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that offer we
peaceful living
forever ago with them. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you Edsley walking towards the elevator was like, oh shit, we got to get the vampires, and just like, hey, wait here for a second. And you make your way out to the city. Felix accompanies you because Felix can get through this gate super easily at this point. It's just like, yeah, sure. The guards are like, whatever. Fucking all the kids are gone now. I don't even care. It's been a hellish week of kids and partying, and I have so many college students still left in my prison cell. It's overwhelmed, and they can't find their parents. It's just a mess. Whatever. Go out. I don't care. So you go out and you find Perseus. God, who were these people? Darja, Perseus, and I believe it was Perseus and Darja and someone else. There's 3 of them. I forgot their names.
Yeah.
But you got Perseus, who's the leader. You met him. Darja, who is the second in command.
I believe so.
And names. Here we go. Perseus. Hessa was the thing guards. No. So you have Perseus, Nebes, who is the treasurer of their little guild area, and Byron, who is a tough, very much bigger than the other, like muscly, much bigger,
A strong
and
pyre.
strong
A
pyre.
strong pyre, an empire, you could say.
Mhm. Yeah. So they are all sitting here waiting for you outside the city. Doesn't take a whole lot for you and Felix to convince the guards to let you through with your new guests. They ask them, they still try to go through the motions of like, what's your name? Do you have any pets? Is there anything you got to declare?
Yes, I'm a vampire.
Like, honestly, if you were to say it, they'd be like, whatever, just get on through.
We
God.
don't care.
Such
we're
a
tired.
fucking week. I don't think you understand how bad of a week
we're
this
overworked and underpaid.
This has been a hell of a week, and I don't care right now. I am underpaid. I have like they better pay me overtime for this shit. I've been working like 13-hour shifts. I haven't like seen my wife in a week. But whatever. Get on through. And so the four of you plus the three vampires make it up the elevator. They did take your cue and are actually rather fancily dressed. You are much nicer dressed than they are, but they're still, wearing their best. They do stand out by being quite paler than the rest of you. But besides
Especially
that, especially at sleep, but otherwise, no real issue with them hanging around. Make it up. Zero takes you all the way to the king's audience chamber, and you're in front of the door waiting to go on in.
All right. So, what's your persuade? Do you want me to have a go? With my bardic skills, or did you want to try Etsley? Who's going to take the? Yeah, are you going to take the lead on this, or
What,
do you want me
Muffin?
to speechify? Oh, I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay. I thought he was going to.
Yeah, since I was gonna say that Edgley has the advantage that because she's proficient in it, her minimum she can, her minimum thing she can make is like 20
Is it
something.
24?
Yeah.
For persuasion?
Yes, because she has a thing that if she's proficient, anything that
I can't roll anything lower than 10, and then I have a plus 14.
If she rolls something that's below 10, it just counts as a 10.
All right. Well, Preet's gonna just say, I think it would be a good thing if we didn't tell everyone that they don't drink human blood. That we keep that a secret. That we will give to the king, and so let him know that his workers will have protection from these people, but don't tell him what it is.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Okay.
So I won't tell him that they're vegetarian unless it becomes absolutely necessary for me to.
They're vegetarians.
All right.
Okay, whatever.
You got your plan set?
But we can say that they have they are peaceful and they haven't terrorized anyone, and they have found ways to to live without in peace, and they want to continue, but in order to meet an agreement because of to meet the king's needs, they're willing to provide the service in exchange for being undisturbed.
And earlier we had already talked to them about that when we met them, and they agreed.
Yeah, we negotiated the terms with them before we went and talked to the king, right? Because we wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay. What will you agree to? Okay.
Yes. Now at this point, you just have to convince the king of this plan.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. The vampires are all on board.
I'm going to do like a prestidigitation so that Etsley's hair will have sort of like sparkles, like almost like some very small fireflies, sort of like shimmering around it.
Cool. All right. So with everyone ready, you open up the big stone doors that seem like they would be incredibly heavy, but once you start pushing on them, they almost seem to push themselves open. At the end, you see the rather large but still short and stout King Axespine sitting on sitting at the end on his not quite. This isn't a throne room, so not quite as big of a chair as a throne room, but still a unnecessarily large chair. Not Etsley, sorry, Claire by his side as they're chit chatting away. And you approach. He signals for you to come over and looks a little. He looks at you with big old smiles, but then when he spots the vampires, his smile kind of disappears. Says, well, Claire convinced me that I should have a chat with you all. So I hope you have something worth my time.
Very much so, Your Majesty. And she'll give a curt bow.
Yeah, everyone bows.
Though I will say she will take a glance at Claire real quick. I think we can come to an agreement between both parties.
Yes, these are the Bloodtooth Haven knife. Claire has explained to me correctly.
They're called vampires.
No, that's the name of
That's the name of their whatever.
He wasn't being racist.
He wasn't being racist. That's the right name of their commune. Yes, this is the Bloodtooth Haven. They seem to have set up a little village, commune colony in my mountains. So, what could they offer that would let me allow them to stay in my mountains?
Well, I have spoken with them, and they have agreed that they are willing to provide your miners protection and exclusivity to the mine.
Oh. Were these not the same creatures that attacked my miners?
Yes, they are. However, that was a misunderstanding, and they greatly apologize for it. And she's gonna bow on their behalf.
Mm-hmm. You see Perseus take a deep bow, and also, if I might speak up, we do greatly. It was we believed that we were being attacked by strangers, and did not realize that our colony was so close to your mines, sir. And he takes a deep bow. And so, how do you expect me to trust these creatures not to attack my miners in the future?
They have proven themselves to be very peaceful. And they didn't attack me when I approached them. And they didn't attack any of my friends. They only attacked to protect themselves. So as long as someone doesn't attack them, they will not attack.
I do believe creatures such as these need to feast on the blood of other creatures, if I am correct. So I do not wish to have them consume my citizens.
Etsley's gonna look over at Preet to see, because she believes it's the right time to bring it up, or if she wants to continue to keep it a secret.
Preet, what says
Preet.
you?
Oh, she's muted at the moment.
Preet. Okay.
Sorry. I was.
It's okay. Etsley is looking over at Preet to give her the go-ahead to tell the king that the vampires only drink animal blood, and that can guarantee the safety of his citizens.
She'll say, through her telepathy, whisper it to him. So sends a picture of Etsley going up to the king and, getting permission from the guards and sharing it only with him.
And that's what Etsley will do.
So, I mean, there are guards here and whatnot. So, how do you plan on sharing this with just him?
So what she'll do is she will say, the information is best used secretly. So if I may whisper it to you, sir.
He turns to Claire and says, "Do you vouch for this this woman?" Claire nods her head. Yes, she will not. You are safe around her. I promise you, the information that she has is valuable, but must remain confidential. And the king nods and kind of gives you a little wave over.
She'll walk up and then she'll whisper, they're essentially vegetarian. They only drink animal blood. But the reason we want to keep this secret is to instill fear in your enemies, sire. And then she'll back away and take a bow.
Interesting. So you believe that they will be able to protect my mines with this fear that you say they can instill on others?
Yes, sire.
And all they wish is to simply be left alone for their protection. They protect my mines, and I leave them alone.
And you get exclusivity to whatever you mine there.
What an interesting proposal. All right, roll me a persuasion with advantage because you got your nice fancy clothes on.
Oh, yeah.
Look at you. You're on the whole gambit here, which is hilarious.
Look at Exley being all
diplomatic.
The character arcs have been great.
She's trying to show off in front of Claire.
The
diplomat.
I mean, rogues are usually pretty good at being convincing. It just doesn't do it.
Yeah, she just doesn't do it.
It just doesn't. No, refuses.
He can, but he doesn't.
I cannot guarantee that
she's like Batman. He can actually address the real problems in Gotham, but decides not to.
No. The king says, I cannot guarantee that my miners will be the most civil people. They are quite superstitious, but I will ensure that no harm comes to any of your people. As long as you're sure that no harm comes to any of my miners, and that you manage to keep my miners safe from any intruders from other kingdoms or anyone else who might take advantage of my mines. If this is agreeable with you, he looks at Perseus, then I think we can come to a good agreement. Would like for you, if possible, join me for a quick drink to ensure that everything is agreeable.
Alarm bells are going off in Esley's head.
Someone do an insight.
Yeah, can
all of us just do an insight?
Yeah, you can all do an insight if you want.
17. Wait, that's a wisdom. We all get advantage.
No, it's charisma.
Charisma.
Oh, charisma. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Preet can't see.
I rolled a 17.
Yeah. So, Felix and Preet are. Oh, luck point. Okay, I'm gonna look it. Go for it.
Luck.
Yay. Okay. Preet. Yeah. No, he seems like super sincere and whatnot.
Yeah.
Horatio. You're not. This seems like a perfectly normal thing for diplomats to do. I think maybe the kings do this. Who knows? You know about biology, but it seems reasonable. Why not? Etzley, you are pretty much with Horatio on. Well, no, you have suspicions, but it's not entirely out of the ordinary to work out the details. Felix, you're sure that some details need to be worked out. about this arrangement, but you're slightly concerned that they may not come out as favorable for your vampire friends if they don't have backup. Like something like you don't think anything's gonna go like horribly wrong, but they might not get the best deal.
Hmm.
Shall I go with them or request to go with?
I'm gonna send. I'm gonna be like, yeah, go.
Okay.
Seems sincere to me.
Mhm.
Sire, I would much appreciate it if I were able to escort the vampires along with you.
Oh, of course, I would never dream of. You have what was your name again, young ma'am?
Estely.
Actually, yes. You have brought quite the union together here. I would never dream of not having you see this all the way through. Um, young Claire here seems to speak very highly of you and your friends, so I will take her word and her judgment on you. The rest of you, this is private, boring matters. Feel free to lounge around the castle and enjoy some drinks and tea. My servants are at your disposal.
Excellent.
All right. So we're gonna go with the vampires because we promised to protect their lives, right?
Etsley is.
Oh,
I am.
okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah. And to be fair, like they Etsley, you go along. The rest of you can go off. You find a nice little lounge to sit at. Servants bring you sandwiches and teas and snacks and ask if you need anything. Is there anything they can do for you? They offer books for entertainment if you'd like. Tours of the castle. Otherwise they're like, you're free to lounge around here and let us know if you need anything. So unless you need something, they're just gonna kind of give you your space.
Cool.
To Etsley, they take you, Claire, Perseus, and the other two. Gosh, wish I remembered everyone's names.
Vampire 1
Byron
and Vampire
and
2.
Byron
There you
and Nebex, all head into a separate chamber. It's more like a conference room. There's a couple of dwarves who show up with pen and paper, and this to Etsley, this is incredibly boring. They literally just sit around and mash out details about a contract and how many, what space belongs to who, territories, hours that they operate, and this and that. You do find a couple of spots where like the king is trying to be a little bit pushy about like him getting a little bit more than he really should. And you voice you're like, yeah, we could, maybe we could do a little bit better than that. And so you end up do me a persuasion to see how good of a contract you can get for your vampire friends. Oh, fantastic.
29.
With the 29, you get them a really good contract. Like they get dental and they get
That's very important.
health insurance. You're like, no, like they're gonna be working for you. You gotta provide some shit. The king promises to set up a couple of clerics near at the mines, set up a new temple there so that clerics can be nearby in case of injuries, so that nobody has to worry about that anymore. They agree on signage for the mine that's like, hey, enter your own peril. You might die if you cross this part. You settle on territories, what they can mine, what they can't mine, the safety of the safety of all the vampires is guaranteed. There are rules
Totally
against
missed out on
vampires
her
attacking
calling
like
to
any of the
be
minors.
a diplomatic consult.
Yeah. So at this point, it's been great. They do ask you if there's anybody who you think would be would be great to kind of be a liaison between the two groups.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna ask my party. I know they're not here, but I just want their opinion on my idea. I'm thinking Bruno, giving him an automatic job.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah,
I like it. I like that.
yeah. I'm going.
Doesn't hurt to
I'm-
ask.
Yeah, I'm going to suggest Bruno, and I'm also going to say his last name, but I don't remember.
Bruno,
I'm-
it's in the
I'm-
card.
Yeah, it's Estes.
I'm going to bring him up like to the vampires, like, oh yeah, remember that one guy? Yeah, he can definitely do it.
Okay. He takes your suggestion into consideration and said this all still needs to be voted on, and and it needs to be brought up to the council and whatnot. So it'll probably take about another month before we can get there. Until then, we will cease operations at the mine to ensure the safety of everybody, and then after that, we will have a vote, and everything should go back to normal.
Oh,
Sounds good. What?
Yeah.
sorry, I'm not there.
You're not there.
I mean,
so yeah.
I can have a Preet on my shoulder, just like how everyone has Wesley on their shoulder,
Yeah, we just forgot that the vampires actually kind of went out their way to say to that people who had accidentally been turned could see their families, but only after their family members would be safe. But it's kind of irrelevant now because we're so far along in the process.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it'll come up eventually.
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's
that's
probably
in the
one of those things
contract
that sort
also.
themselves out.
It probably would have come up during the conversation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So with all of that, for the rest of you, this meeting, it just takes way too long. You'll end up finding board games and shit in this room and play games.
This is a castle. It has a very well stocked library.
You're taking a tour of the cat? No, you're going to the library.
I am going to the library and seeing if I can find anything that is of any interest to my interests.
To your interest, you can roll an investigation.
Any interest to your interest?
Well, I now have a +10 to investigation, so this.
Well, there you go.
Shouldn't be too bad. 21.
Not too bad. Not 21. So what exactly? So your interests are a lot. Not a lot. There's one thing, but is there anything specific you want to look for?
I want to look for. Well, I'm gonna. I guess they probably don't have a lot of books on necromancy, but I'm gonna look for any. So what I'm gonna look for is any like history or local myths, anything that might suggest that there might be an abandoned necromancer lair or something in the vicinity.
In the
Stuff like that.
vicinity,
Well, not necessarily in the vicinity, like something that might
nearby-ish.
Yeah.
Nearby.
The local legends, basically.
The local legends of necromancers. Okay. Give me 1 second here. With that kind of roll, you find. Oh, excuse me. That there is a local. Well, not local again. But there is a lich who was defeated not too long ago, and but because they were a very powerful lich, it's been hard to explore their magic is still hanging around, so it's hard to explore their tomb. They build it on the ground less than to feel more home. So it's made it really hard to explore it. Lots of adventurers have tried to go through it and try to find any secrets or any, wonders, magic items, whatever. But most of them just never come back. Like just a lot of dead people trying to get in there. People just think that it's just leftover magic, and there's probably still some runes and stuff that's keeping people at bay. So it is Sindrek's Ashes. Sindrek's Ashes is their name. We're gonna go with their name. And it is in it is in Historia though, so you'd have to go out of the Everlasting Peaks and enter Historia to get there. But you get a general, idea of where it is. It has the legends say the necromancer was only killed like 50 years ago, but powerful magic still kind of keeps the area fairly safe. Well, for him, not for the rest of it.
Cool.
So yeah, that's what you find.
I think Preet would want to go and offer Felix a game of chess a little bit away from everybody.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah. So while we're playing, just say, so you don't really trust the king too much, huh?
I'm looking around.
Yeah, she's saying
Is
it
there
very
anything-
softly. Yes. You went to like a way corner.
There
for
are
your chess.
servants, but they seem to hang around by the doors,
I'm
kind
still
of
gonna
waiting
cast
for you. Mhm.
message. I'm just gonna kind of and be like, I trust him to consider his and his people's own interests well before that of a group of people he's only just met and doesn't really like.
Good point. Good point. Preet will. I want to show you a move. She'll start moving the pieces, and she'll put the king over by Felix. Put a whole bunch of bishops and rooks and knights and stuff, and then over on her side she'll put a bunch of pawns and saying, this setup isn't very equal, and I don't know, like, do you think of somebody who was really smart at making things and maybe had some experience with things that could defend very well would balance this out a little bit more?
Yeah.
You're
I'm missing the point.
you're a pretty smart person. I bet you could help set up a better defense that would allow the pawns to defend themselves a bit better.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there are. I've heard of all kinds of strategies, chess strategies for pawns and defending. Sounds like, are we? And then I'm like, message like, you want to go back to the village?
Well, she thinks telepathic. She kind of, in her mind, she makes a picture of sort of like the vampire village being attacked by the king and having some really cool Felix built defenses to use. So just give her that kind of image of them having actually a fighting chance.
I mean, I guess, I mean, I am not
Well, maybe it's something we should work on, more of the strategy in a different but we can get back to our game now. And she kind of puts pieces back to where they were.
Yeah, Felix is thinking about it. She's like, well, I don't know what I could do, but I'll think about it.
Claire's got some interesting friends, doesn't she? Or you've had a lot of experience with people like your construct friend, right?
Oh yeah, I still got glowy bits. I've got glowy bits.
Yes.
I don't say that, but I'm like,
and you're such a tinkerer. Just something to think about.
I will. Let me think about it for about a week. See what I got. I could do.
Maybe
it's
you could
maybe.
Ask, call on Saccharin building skills as well.
Oh, poor Saccharin.
Poor Saccharin.
Always
He's gonna
Saccharin.
come build defenses for vampires
Yes. Yeah.
in a mine.
Oh, you don't have Bryce Saccharin through so much. He just wanted to have a date with Lydia. That's all he wanted.
We helped with that.
True.
All right, so that was
Anyway.
what happens when Etzli is in the back doing her negotiations.
Yeah. Eventually, Etzli, negotiations end, and everyone says their very long goodbyes. You unfortunately don't, as much as you would like to have another moment alone with Claire. She needs to stay behind with the king. So she gives you a nice little wave, and that's about as much as you can get.
Yeah, and she'll
From
give a
her.
wave back.
You leave with the vampires. Everyone gets gathered up. The servants are like, "Oh, the meeting is over. Everyone can head on out," and you get escorted back to the giant elevator, and back down you will go.
Woo!
Yeah.
We saved a bunch of vampires.
Well,
Saved a bunch of
we started
vampires.
to save a bunch of vampires. I don't think it's done yet. But yeah, when we get back, just kind of explain to the others that maybe balancing the odds between the vampires and the king in case he ever decides to stab them in the back wouldn't be a bad idea. And then actually, Preet will ask Etzli if anything in the the agreement as was drafted prevents them from like having any kind of certain weapons or constructs or magic items or anything that would be necessary, like used in their defense, or weapons that they could use to attack with. Any kind of restrictions that way?
R&D?
Nope.
Nope.
All right.
Just that they're not allowed to use them against the miners or lawful citizens of the Everlasting Peaks.
Okay.
There's a lawful citizen bit there, like unlawful citizens.
Yes.
Different
Okay.
matter.
Yeah, because if they were, I mean, it makes sense in defensively. If somebody wanted to attack and take the mountains, they would need to attack the clan. I'm calling them a clan because it really wasn't big enough to be a village, but I guess village is a hamlet, maybe
Commune.
a commune. Yes, even better. So they'll need defenses anyway. We can use that justification for why they would have to build up.
Were these vampires cool?
They were very friendly with you all.
Not friendly. Were they cool?
Yeah, they were kind of like living in
They were pretty cool.
given up their main source of blood because they were willing to help
Yeah,
out.
that's what I'm talking
You just
about. I'm
wanna
not
live
talking about if they
peaceful.
were good. I'm
Go.
talking about cool.
Were they cool? I don't know if cool is maybe the right word for them. They were very hippie like they were very chill, like
Being chill.
man,
All right. What
like
do you
they
guys?
really
If they
had
were
no issue
human,
with.
if they were human, they were probably passing around weed and.
Yeah. Like they were super chill about everything.
Blood weed.
They were just very defensive, like don't break into our shit. Like, well, and even the people that they killed, they didn't really kill them, they just turned them into vampires. And they sent back all their stuff and were like, hey, we're sorry we turned your people into vampires. Like you can see them again in like 5 years once they stop being crazy, like bloodlusty, but we're gonna have to get them there first. And they felt real bad about it, but they're like, we gotta, they didn't kill them, they just turned them.
I feel like Felix would be much more inclined to help them if she thought they were cool.
Felix was kind of out of it. This, like, she was, I don't know what it was, if it was like the trauma from the basilisk or something, but she was like really out of it.
She was. She was.
Yeah,
That's
stepped
when
up.
Mama Etzli had to come in.
Step up.
Yeah, Mama Etsy kind of just took reins of the whole situation.
Well, here's the thing:
And
is
then-
that
and
Etzli's
then-
very protective of them. So Felix might
Yes.
that's
Yeah,
kind
thanks.
of wonder why. There's got to be some kind of
Well,
clue.
you
in
know
it.
what, Etzli? If you want us to go and save the vampires, I'll do it for you. I think they're a little bit dorky, but I will do it for you.
Didn't we save them? Really?
Yeah, we all kind of already did
I
that.
think we should have had this talk before going to the king.
No, this is
Something
about.
is off chronologically. Is the time skipping getting to you?
This is about letting
If
them.
it is, it's getting to me.
They're defending themselves. in case the king turns on them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine, yeah.
But I feel like, I mean, at a certain point, the vampire's gotta figure that out, right? Like, we can only do so much.
But we can help them
that's
start
true.
out.
And I mean, we've already gone above and beyond.
Okay, I mean, I was just
Especially
saying.
me.
if
You
you're-
did not want to be in that meeting.
Now, if we ever meet like really cool vampires, like the ones in castles,
Then they would eat us.
like really goth and black, and
They would eat
they were
us.
not they were not those kind of vampires, unfortunately.
I've been thinking in my head about like I got this whole idea for romance novels with there's a vampire and a chick,
Well, Preet might go hang out with
and they
them
go
after
to
all
high
this.
school together.
Sparkle. They end up having a half vampire, half human child. Name
yeah,
is a
something
weird
like
ass
that. I don't know.
name.
It's there's all kind like I don't want it to
Who
go
names their
weird
kid
places like that,
Renesmee?
but let's not. But
I'm sorry, Stephanie Meyer, but Renesmee is a dumbass name. I like
is a
your
very
book,
dumb
The
name.
Host, but that was a dumbass name.
I do not like the host. Anyway, doesn't matter. The point
But I
is,
did read it in high school.
yeah, all right. The point is that you're so young. You read it in high school. Oh my god.
I know, right? I'm like, oh god, those books came out when I was in college.
She's the youngest one.
No.
Look, I'm only younger than you by a year.
Yeah, but still, I didn't
You
say.
both
I
are
didn't
such kids. I don't like it.
There, I know, right? Anyway, doesn't matter. Not the point. I forgot what the point was, but I know that Felix, if they were like hot
The
vampires,
point
would
is
be more
Renesmee
likely.
is a really bad name.
Stop
There
interrupting.
you go.
Sorry.
It is. It's all falling apart. But
Here,
like
here, I'll mute.
she would go if Etzley really wanted her to go. That's Felix's point. If Etzley wants her to go, she'll go. She'll do what she can. Otherwise, she'd rather do something else because she doesn't want to smoke weed with a bunch of fucking vampires.
See,
And
that
for-
sounds
and
pretty
for
awesome to
Etzley-
Preet.
For Etzley, she wouldn't really care if they had a bunch of weapons because she feels like she did what she could. But if they were attacked, then she would definitely want to go help. But until then, she thinks they're okay.
No.
All right, Horatio, it's up to you.
You make bombs.
I don't think we can realistically create anything that's really gonna help them against the army of an entire kingdom.
Okay, well, I
I
tried.
think they're okay for now.
I think the diplomatic and the contract they've made is a much better security.
Okay, so
Trust me,
what
that
are we
thing is
doing
thorough.
next? So what's up next? What do we do
Okay.
before we're summoned to court?
Well,
Yeah. So the
don't know what-
vampires, thank you all for your great service. You are always welcomed in Bloodtooth Haven whenever you would like. Meals on them, a place to stay. They are eternally grateful for all of them. They are very sorry that they cannot provide you with monetary or magic items. They are just a commune.
It's
but
fine.
you are always welcome. There's always a home for you there. And so they are very happy to
Watch
do
on
that.
your back. Just watch your own back. That's all I gotta say.
We will. We are very cautious types. So they are very cautious. They will not.
You've given me the most valuable thing you could give me, knowledge.
Well, there you go. Otherwise, you all are still you're in Sock. What do you want to do next?
Yeah, we gotta get the hell out of Sock. Where do we go?
You got a lot of options. So you got a lot of options. Where do you all want to go?
Well,
Should we go someplace totally new? Or go back to
I have heard of I
Oh, no.
went to the library and I know of a former Lich's lair that seems to have killed a lot of adventurers. But I think we might be able to extract some interesting items for them from that place.
Quick question. Do you think that those sentences in that order were uttered by every single party that went in there and died before us? Because I'm
I
thinking
certainly
yes.
hope it didn't start with "I went to the library." God,
probably did go to the library. Those other groups probably had a necromancer in their group who went to a library, saw something real cool that other people died, and was like, you know what? I could totally do that with my group. And then they went and died.
My specialty is quite rare, so I would.
Yeah, you know why? Because you go to liches. You go visit liches. That's why it's rare. You know, if you found like less lich-based, social engagements, there'd be more of you.
I'm gonna be one at some point.
You're gonna need to do a lot of convincing, because Felix and I, the last time we were in a place to get something rare, and it was hella dangerous, 4 people died. So,
we're leaving Sock to get away from the mob, and you want us to go see a lich instead.
I mean, they wouldn't look for us there.
Nice place
the lich,
with nice people that you could look at the yeah, sure. But the other people are all dead too, and it just magically I don't want dude.
I'm willing to
here's the thing.
Here's an option. If you have any better suggestions, we will go do that.
Here's the thing. If we go on one side of the mountain, at least 2 of us are hella wanted. If we go on the other side of the mountain, then at least 2 of us are probably hella wanted.
I'm not wanted.
So which side of hella wanted do we want to go? Well, I'm hella wanted wherever I go, but
oh yeah. I know that's not their name, but that's in my head now. The Stabby Sisters Assassins group.
Oh, the Sisters of Steel.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
They probably are going to be after us too. And to be fair, they
don't matter.
They probably wouldn't follow us into a former Lich's den.
I mean, I
it might be the way to take the heat off for a while.
Forward Lich's den, okay.
And we also have to.
I personally would also like to possibly try. I mean, it would require us to go into what is now Leona, but I would also like to go and retrieve notes from my former home that I had to leave important research that I had to leave behind.
All right, let's go see the Lich and not go to Leona. Is this the only way we're getting to not go to Leona? They want me in Leona. Those people are terrible.
If anyone have any other suggestions for where we might go, feel free. I'm merely putting out my suggestions.
Aren't there any places that are nice? That have nice people and no Sisters of Steel and liches.
R&D, can you pull up the map?
Can I?
I will remind you that everyone, some people here still have a court case back in Deep Gnome country.
It's true.
Yeah, but we don't know what that is, so.
Flinton, no, you still
we still have a court case in Flinton. Here's the thing. I feel like I need to work on this other court case. It's a little more pressing now that I know I'm being sued.
We could ask for an update. R&D was going to look up the law.
We could send a letter.
Yeah, you could. You sent them something a while ago.
Yeah.
We have been.
You sent them some notes a while ago, I think.
Yes, we did. Did they ever send us anything back?
We have been moving around a lot.
No, that was like 3 days ago in this timeline, so probably.
Yeah.
Like, I know that it was like 4
Oh my
months ago,
God,
but
it
it was
feels
also
like
like
it's been
3 days
months.
ago.
All right, so what
Because it
I'll
has.
do is
Also,
I
it was
will
like 3 days ago.
I'll ask Bruno to keep an eye out for any mail. And
Okay.
you, Etzli, you still have a sending stone that goes to Claire, right?
Yep. She's gonna pat her pocket again.
So you guys can keep in touch. So, you know, we'll just wait and see what happens with that. Not sure if I want to go into the Underdark again. You know, we just got out of the Underdark, right?
Well,
That's
which
true.
timeline? 4 months ago or 3 days ago? Or a week
I
ago?
I don't know.
Both, kind of.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, let's stay topside for a bit.
All right, so
Yeah.
we need the map. We
Even
need a
though
map.
staying topside would have our enemies find us
Where is my
easier.
map?
Your enemies.
Oh yeah, definitely my enemies.
But your
Up
enemies.
here, I stand out like a sore thumb.
That's true. Do you really want to go? If you really want to go Underdark, we'll go Underdark. But
The Underdark is a big place. There's no
It's a big
like we
place.
don't necessarily have to go
That's
where
true.
we've already been.
That's true. But I'll go wherever y'all want to go.
So,
if they
to
can
be
find
fair,
me easier, they'll have to get through me first.
Underdark people would know this. You've been to like the top layer of the Underdark. Like the Underdark goes down a whole lot.
There's things.
Yeah.
There's way more to the Underdark than what you
Oh,
you
yeah.
were at the top layer of the Underdark. So if you want to hang out in the Underdark and go further deeper, you could.
down is not
we go.
is you know. There's a lot that's bad about down though.
I
Oh,
think
probably.
about finding a port
Probably.
town somewhere near the ocean. You know, I think it would be good for Horatio to
beach
get here with some
vacation.
water.
A beach
You know-
vacation. I like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
where
that would
are-
be-
Saltwater
Beach
and a
episode.
freshwater fish.
We have the beach
trust me.
the beach episode for this.
we have to have the beach episode.
Yes, where
Have we
everyone wears
ever
a
got?
bathing
All right. So
suit.
what's the city of lions?
That's the capital of Leonis. That's where the king lives.
We don't
That's
wanna
where
go
Maxim
there.
All right.
lives.
So we don't want to go there. We need to be on the other side of the everlasting top.
Yeah, so
We
you
know
are
what's over
like
there.
in there somewhere. You're in the everlasting tops right now. In the middle
Literally.
of them. Literally in the middle of them.
And
So if we
Up
go,
up here, you've been up here. You've been in Historia. You've been in the north. You like the
Yes,
southern
the
part of
jungle.
Historia, where you ended up in the time temple thing.
Hey, R&D, we still need to figure out where my organization origins are and where I'm from. Like which country.
Probably
am I from?
Leonis. So
Okay.
yes.
let's
Emma, what are you doing?
let's go check out the everlasting top area,
And where does Horatio need to go?
Historia or whatnot.
No.
So,
So yes.
my former home and library is like here-ish, and I don't. Historia is up here. I don't know
Okay.
where.
Okay.
The
Yeah, Historia is pretty
Yeah,
much
I'm-
everything north of the everlasting top. Like all
Yeah.
of this
I'm
is the country
hella
of Historia.
wanted in Leonis. Like
You
I'm
all are hella
especially
wanted in Leonis, to be
Leonis.
fair.
I'm not.
When was the last time you checked the postings of a wanted
What
board?
did I do?
Do you want to come with me and check?
Played music and had some fun with people in
I
their
am
rooms.
definitely wondering if they raided the library. There's some shit in there that would definitely be illegal magic.
All right. So what's in Historia again?
No.
That's the lich thing.
Oh
Ah.
yes, there's a lich. There's a lich thing that.
I'm not
Formal
going
lich.
for the lich. There's got to be other things in Historia other
Oh,
than a lich.
probably. It's a whole ass country.
I
There's
say-
probably plenty.
I say we've explored a good bit of the Underdark, especially since I had been there for a few years. I say we go exploring in Historia. See what we trip across.
Okay.
And if we get bored,
I'm
we can
into it.
always
Trip over anything.
dig around a former lich's den.
Yeah, I mean, if
Or we can
end up,
watch Horatio do it.
yeah, we could send Horatio in and take bets
Check
on
it
whether
out.
he comes out again.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Give me one more level, and I will be able to literally ask the zombies to not kill us.
Fireball. I cast fireball.
Fireball.
At level 14, I get a command on that.
No, it was the reference to the video.
Oh,
I thought we were level 14 now.
No, 13.
I'm level 13.
You're level
Oh.
14, I think.
I was all confused. I'm sorry. I got confused by what people said, so I
Yes.
No
No,
worries.
I
have
think
to go.
we leveled up. I wasn't sure if you'd get into fights or anything. I was like, they wouldn't get into
Well,
a fight.
even then, because of our proficiency
Yeah.
thing,
Yes, your proficiencies went up, which I didn't realize your proficiencies went up
Yeah.
to 13. So I was like, it'd be fine. I was like, oh no.
five.
Yeah, 5 to whatever from 4 is
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
that's
thing.
big.
And I have
But
76
yeah, okay.
dice for my sneak attack.
Yes.
Mhm.
So to be nice to the DM, what would you all like to do?
For next time. All right, so one of the other,
Please be nice to the DM.
Jocelyn is so far
No,
away.
it's being mean to the DM.
To like try to get to Jocelyn and see what the second level looks like. Not easy. So I'm thinking, yeah, Historia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There has to be some fun things inside that jungle. Maybe some like old jungle temples or
Oh my
you
God.
found you found a temple. That's how you ended
Yeah.
up there last time. So
Yeah.
probably
Could just
Yeah.
have some random encounters.
Yeah.
traveling through
Just go
Historia.
exploring until we trip over something that's
Yeah.
some big event that's happening that aren't
Somewhere where we can sell our services.
That's a good
Oh.
idea.
I'm trying to.
We've got
drum
all
up
this
some
stuff
businesses.
now.
You have a lot of stuff. You all really gotta. I mean, you don't gotta
Yeah.
sell it, but you all got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And you just lost an employee.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
he's gonna have a happy ever after, and it's gonna be cute.
Yeah,
We
and
better
he's got
be
a
invited
government
to his
job
wedding.
already.
We come back in 2 weeks and he's fucking dead.
No.
He tried to take on the mob by himself again.
And this time he didn't roll
Second
so well.
time.
Right, so that's us wrapping up.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
cool.
can go sell guns in Historia.
Yeah, you all
Yeah.
have, unfortunately, because you got
Mhm.
kicked out of the city, more or less. You have a lot of
Yeah.
guns and a lot of God's Dream.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
think that's a
Like
bad
all
thing.
of it.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah, we can move our wares. We can use it to
Mhm.
buy our way
I mean,
into
I
places.
probably do have to talk to that guy, the blacksmith guy, and I don't know, come up with something.
I mean, we
Yeah,
have a lot.
I know. Edson wanted to do. I'll figure out the rule. Oh no, because you're leaving soon, so maybe not.
Yeah.
So it depends on when you want to leave. Because I know you all want to leave early because you
Mm-hmm.
are paranoid. But if you want to stick around for a week, you can get that guy can really upgrade weapons and stuff.
Yep.
So that's up to you all how long you want to stay here or not.
We could also stay just outside the city
Mm-hmm.
if we wanted to.
Yeah, there's just plenty of space.
You
Probably.
know, put the
Yeah.
order in, go out a bit, and then come back to collect. We don't have to
Yeah.
be walking targets.
No. To be fair, like the blacksmiths just kind of banned you from
Yeah, I-
participating in blacksmith things. They didn't
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
more
you
worried
get out
about
of
the
the city.
Assassin's Guild we pissed off.
Oh, the sisters. Yeah,
I'm not too worried about them.
the sisters are probably not happy with you all.
It's their fault for sending people after it, like as if they weren't gonna die.
As if they weren't going to die. But yes, I can figure out if you would like to have a +1 weapon with Soulbound, that is doable. I
Yeah,
think with the
just take a
rules that I
week.
have, it would just take a week. Same thing with anyone else if they want any weapons that are do anything special. I don't think I can do anything with like a flame tongue or anything, but
Oh, quick question. Did we give Bruno gauntlets of ogre power?
I think you did give
Yes.
him that.
Could we have those back?
Probably. You can probably ask him. You gave him a lot of money, so I'm pretty sure he
Yeah.
Yeah, we gave him 10 platinum.
Yeah, you gave him a lot of money. I think he also has Shavaris's druid wand.
Yeah, her stick. Her
Yeah.
fancy stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he can put that in the. Well, he can. Yeah. Well, she's not.
I could just
using
leave
hold
it in
that.
the
on to
cart.
that.
Yeah.
Nobody needs that.
'Cause-
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. No, nobody does need
Yeah.
that.
Mushroom wand. That's what it was. You had a mushroom wand.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the
staff.
stick of the
Yeah.
mushroom forest thing.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Because
staff.
how many magical items does Tiaho currently have?
I think she's got like
She
a
has
+1
one.
sword or something.
She has a
yeah.
+1 sword, and then I gave her the Gauntlet of Fear, which
No,
that
yeah,
one
mole.
requires
Yeah,
the Mace of Fear.
Mace of Terror.
Maybe
Yeah.
something, yeah.
So that's 2.
Yeah.
So she could have the gauntlets of ogre power.
One of them requires attunement.
Okay, yeah, but
Yeah.
she could have the gauntlets of ogre power then. It gives her strength of
could.
19.
And she is a fighter, so
Yeah.
she can use her strength to attack. If that takes her up to
Her
19.
strength is already at a 19.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter then.
Might
Okay,
already
well,
be super strong, so that's
Yeah.
probably why she didn't have
You
it.
can give it to me. I can attune to one more thing. Wait, daggers.
Yeah.
yeah, well, I'll keep it in my back
So
pocket.
I will. I don't want
Yeah.
to be too. Okay, I will tell you this much: you haven't tried making Godstream's daggers yet.
I was going to ask about rings.
You have no idea what that does.
What
To
about
be fair, neither do I. But you have
I
no
want
idea what
Godstream
Godstream
daggers.
daggers do yet.
Maybe they'll be like the
Oh.
shield.
Yeah, they'll be returning.
I want Godstream daggers.
Yeah.
I do.
I wonder what would happen if you made a wand out of it.
Yeah, who knows?
I think we should stay for a week so I can have Godstream daggers.
All right, I think that's fair, and I'll work out something with the guy.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of Godstreams. Like
Yes, we have like we have
Yes.
1,315 pieces.
Yes, and I genuinely do not know what any, like, besides what the shield, the armor, and the swords do. I don't know what any of the other ones do. So 'cause I don't have any. I have to make them up.
Preet,
R&D, please let them be like the shield.
We'll see.
Preet would like to
Or I can,
find
like,
out
stab somebody and it comes back.
if it's possible to get to make it into a ring, either for your finger / like an earring, like a pirate earring.
Yeah, I don't know what they would do, but potentially, yeah. I mean, if you were to talk to that blacksmith, who
Could he work with a
who's been-
jeweler?
he could probably make a ring for you or any of that. Like, yes, he could
rings-
probably figure it out.
Yeah.
He
makes
doesn't.
mail.
Again, he doesn't know because R&D doesn't know
Yep.
what it would do.
Oh, Emma too. I have all the animals.
Oh, are all the animals in your room? That's hilarious.
Yeah, I have
Wow.
all the animals.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so let's do that.
Okay, so we want to stick around Sock for a bit, but that's all
Yes.
downtime stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we want to explore Historia, potentially a lich, an
Yes.
abandoned lich hideout.
Potentially.
You know we're gonna end up there.
You're gonna end up.
Yeah, we're gonna end up there anyway.
Okay.
Felix is gonna fight every step of the way.
Oh my gosh, you're like blue and water.
Why do you not want to fulfill my dream of becoming a fish lich?
She's not even quite okay with you being just like a talking zombie fish.
I'm not a zombie fish.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
100% okay with that yet.
Like she's still working on the fact that she hangs out with a guy in a fishbowl who walks around with a zombie. Like that's been an adjustment. She's dealing, but like now you want to go visit other liches and the undead. She's gonna be.
He's not there anymore. I just want to look at his research.
Yeah.
Look at his stuff. He's gonna have stuff.
I'm sure there's absolutely nothing there that would make it difficult for you to do that. Not at all. It'll just a tour. He just wants a tour of this abandoned lich facility. Nothing could potentially
that's it.
go wrong with this
No.
at all. No.
There's no hundreds of zombies that'll just pop up at
No,
random.
God, no.
Yeah,
No,
Or
random
100%. She's
constructs or
going.
traps.
Felix is going to fight it every step of the way.
Yes. There's no way.
I will say, with them staying in Sock for a little while longer, that just means more Claire stuff.
More Claire stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's your downtime activity.
That's your time.
All right, and with
Time to
that,
get down.
yeah. So now, are we off next week? Is that what's happening?
Yes,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
so,
we're-
which is good because I have a lot to prepare now. So
Yeah. So in 2 weeks' time, come back to find
Mhm.
out what shenanigans we get up to. But until
Yeah.
then, it's goodbye from me and goodbye from the party. Say goodbye, party.
Goodbye.
Bye,
Tony.
party.
Hey, I did the bit. All right. Yeah.
We figured out what we're gonna do next.